zero intensity martial arts training. Then I got the laptop string going. Before go live, I checked a YouTube studio. I got a comment, strange comment. Somebody wrote, left a comment on one of my entertainment martial arts videos. I can't wait until I see this guy show up in a police border cam video. To which I replied, that's a strange comment. Strange comment. More precisely, was my reply. I have several videos with interacting with police on my channel already. So, if you analyze the statement, it's pretty much the same as saying I want you to die, pretty much. It's like suddenly insinuating that he wants to see bad things happen to him on a police border cam, which is strange comment. Secondly, I had several police interactions, and as a matter of fact, I would love to have all the police border cam videos of me in a police border cam video. As a matter of fact, before going live here, I was Googling and looking around. I was reminded, you know what, I'd like to have the police border cam videos, if available, from the night that I got taken to the psych ward. And I did a FOIA request, Swedish equivalent of the FOIA request, regarding the event. And I got 14 pages, I think it was, of text. But I didn't get any border cam videos. And I did specifically ask for that if there's any border cam videos available, I'd like to be able to look it up. So I don't know how to go about that. I hope that there was border cam videos rolling, that the video material is still available, and that I have the right to partake of it. And Googling the event, which I was doing before this, I got a hated comment, got me thinking. So I got a hated type comment on my channel. That's I got 3 live views right now, so I'm really before going live, I got a comment on YouTube Studio on one of my rapid deployment like entertainment martial arts videos. It's both entertainment martial arts. And I can't wait to see this guy show up in a police border cam video. Which is pretty much the same as saying I'd like to see bad things happening to you. You're actually not going to see these things. I'd like you to be in a feature in a snuff film or something like this. Because if you look at that comment, I can't wait to see this guy show up in a border cam video. It's like the message you're sending, conveying is that you'd like to see bad things happening to you in police border cam, which is kind of sick. To which I replied, strange comment, new line. I already have several videos interacting with the police on my channel. Meaning on this YouTube channel, you can search police with an S or police, like it's spelled in American English. So I think that how I titled live streams with police interactions, which are not really that extravagant, like the whole actually means like the cop show up when I'm outside and there's an interaction. And it's from my end. Meaning I run streaming, the cop show up and I keep a run streaming. You can search police on my channel. And I also have archive videos. There might be a few of them that are not publicly viewable. One or more. So, and it got me thinking, it's like, you know what? I would love to have police body cam footage of my past police interactions. I would love that. I would. It's not like, oh, this is going to be. Well, it's like, okay. I would love to have police body cam videos available to me from my past interactions with police, if they're available. And I just didn't figure out how to get a hold of them. So I did a FOIA request regarding the event the night that I got apprehended and taken to a psych ward, the Swedish equivalent to a FOIA request. And I got, I think it was 14 pages in the mail, like the FOOP or whatever it's called. I got 14 pages of text, which is mostly like a law or something like this. Like this unit right at this time, this unit at this time. Okay, it's mostly like a timestamp, like a log of events in text, and kind of short. And supposedly, from what I've heard, you get 14 pages for free, if I remember right. You get 14 pages for free, and then you had to pay for more pages. And when I sent in the FOIA request, and how I did that is I called the Swedish non-emergency police number, and then I guess it's a receptionist police, and I asked, I'd like to request files regarding an event that involved me and the police pretty much. And then she instructed me how to go about that, and I went about it. And I think I did a pretty good job at putting on my lawyer hat and how I worded things without doing any research. So basically, agencies can be reluctant to give out information. So you have to think about, like in court, where it's like you said, like there's no loophole where they can go not send you something you'd like to have based off how you worded it. Understand? So it's like I'm hereby requesting any and all documentation regarding the event, and then so it can't be, it's unclear what I'm referring to. It's like date, time and date involving me, my social security number, who I am, everything, and then linking to the news article regarding the event, where there was a newspaper article, public available, where it's like large police operation in Oxelösund, and the police are not saying exactly what it's about, but there is no cause for concern for the public, and it's regarding mental health like this. So what I got from trying my best to get as much as I could, like FOIA request, anything available. If there's like body cam videos, I wanted anything that they had, I wanted to get it. If there was body cam videos on any of the officers on the scene, if there was anything written down about anything regarding this day, I was trying to word it so I would get it. I'm a rookie in this. I don't have a lawyer, so I put my lawyer head and try to do my best job at it to do a good FOIA request. And they gave me 14 pages for free in the mail, which is pretty much like a log. And what I would like body cams. And there was something about, I don't recall right now, but there was something about body cam footage is stored in another agency or something like this. So if I recall, I had to contact a different agency to request a body cam, like the video material, access to that. And I didn't figure out how the ins and outs of that yet. But I would be especially interested in the body cam, because there was a point in time after I opened the door and gave myself over and they walked me down the stairs, that they sat me down on a chair downstairs, and then there was a psych doctor there talking to me. And I have to talk to him for like 90 seconds, something was, it's just whatever, and they go to the psych ward. And I would really like, if any of the cops that were in the vicinity, they were there, if they had the body cameras rolling, I would like to have that, so I can have audio, at least audio, of the conversation with the doctor that signed the papers to get me to the psych ward. Understand? And it's like, what was it that I said to her that more that decision, if anything. Okay, so I didn't get to that, so we'll see how things pan out if I get a hold of that. So I do have videos of police interactions here in Sweden, but it's from my perspective. It's not body cam footage. And the person left a comment. I can't wait to see this guy show up in a police body cam video. You don't know me, son. Okay. It's like, don't be dreaming about I'm a guy. I'm not unaliving. I'm not suicidal, understand? I'm not one of these nut jobs that want to die right? They call them machete and get shot to pieces. I'm not the type of person, understand? I'm not the type of person. Okay? Meaning, I don't do things like that. And I don't have any inclinations toward doing crazy things like that. And nobody should. Okay? But I'm not one of those people. I'm not suicidal. I don't, and I would be surprised to what people like my enemies when this was taking place, that I was like under siege by the SWAT team, that they were hoping I would go nuts and run at the cops with a knife or something like this. They have an excuse to shoot me. Maybe the cops themselves, I don't know. But yeah, that didn't happen, which is good. So it's like my philosophy of violence is avoid as much as possible. And if there's a strong need to use violence, it should be legally allowed by local laws or self-defense use weapons all times. So I'm not the type of person to try to get hurt or try to, like one of the suicide by cop people, that they would like to die, understand, or get injured. And a lot of times it's not even that. It's like the way that they deal with people. A lot of times they shoot you in the legs is the Swedish cop MO. It's like a lot of times they shoot the guy in the legs, okay? Which means you have an amputated leg or walk with canes for the rest of your life. And I know being an athletic man that's able to like martial arts training things like what to do here. So it's not like it's even like not a good plan. Like people, so if you're a mentally ill person and you're thinking about unaliving yourself, it's like I wouldn't recommend trying it. Get the cops to help you with it, or you shouldn't be trying it in any which way. But it's like if you think there's like, yeah, for sure, if you go crazy in front of the cops, they'll take you out and you miss you if that's what you're looking for. Don't count on it. You might get hit in the leg, and then you're in the ER, they cut off your leg, and now you're a one-leg person for the rest of your life. And you might have done it in the heat of the moment, and you're like, I lost my leg, understand? And that's completely life-altering. So if I would end up pulling a weapon on somebody, preferably it would be a strong need to that's legally justified. Okay, like for example, what would be a fictitious, like a hypothetical scenario where I think that it could be legal. Where right now this guy jumps through the window with a machete at me, and I fall down, and he's like this over me. Do you understand? Like a movie scene that I'm sitting here, and they have got a bathroom window there. It was like a guy just suddenly comes flying through the window with a machete like this, and I fall down, and he's on top of me. He's got like mouth and the machete. He goes like this, like he's about to hit me, and I pull my knife like in a panic and stab me in the neck, something like this, to save my life. And he gets he ends up dying. Possibly in a situation like that, it will be entirely legal, that use of force. So I'm not looking to use force unless there's a situation where it's required, necessary, and legal. Okay. So, and it's not all or nothing. It's not like because I don't want to die, that means I'm scared to die. And it's not that because I'm not scared to die, that means that I want to, understand? It's not either of the extremes. So yeah, that comment, answering that comment, I can't wait to see this guy show up in police board again that I got on my channel. Well, it looks like a guy who's not understanding reality well, not operating reasonably. Because I'm not the type of person that you can expect to see charging the cops with a lethal weapon and end up getting shot. Okay. I mean, I would say it's highly unlikely that something like that would happen. Very unlikely. And if I was looking to, it's like even if I wanted to hurt the cops, it's okay. It's like in a situation where they have firearms and all these advantages, the numerical superiority, weapon superiority, and backup ready on the way and stuff. It's like fighting unwinnable fights. Now, there's no truly unwinnable fights. That you might be able to accomplish magnificent, extraordinary things, but like the point is this: there's really no good outcome in fighting the police as a citizen. There's no real probable good outcome, okay? Because if you would end up fighting with the police, either you're going to prison for doing a crime, or you're getting seriously hurt, or both, and more likely both, quite possibly, depending on how you do it. So, uh, yeah, yeah. So, anyway, Bible local laws require sometimes easy weapons all times, at all times. We're gonna block a lot of people here. We're gonna block a lot of people that have been leaving comments but not hitting the like button, and that's a cause for a block 9 out of 10 times. So anyway, it's the point. And if people go, Mike, you're a coward because when the SWAT team came up, you weren't that tough or something like this. I feel like you think that you're a strong guy or something, how you talk sometimes, but you weren't that tough when the cops showed up. Yeah, 6 men heavily armed and armored with assault rifles and ballistic shields and flashbangs and numerical superiority, firepower superiority, pretty much any superiority you can have. It's not 3-1 to take a defensive position, it's 6-1 at least. Okay, which means like military doctrine on attacking defenders, like people are in a defensive position. If you're going to take a defensive position, you want 3-1 numerical superiority at least, because that gives you good statistics at winning the battle. Now, if you have 6-1, that's double that's a good advantage. If you have 3-1 numerical superiority, you have a very good chance to win the battle taking a person who's in a defensive position. Now we're talking like regular military doctrine, now that is a bunker, for example, a trench line, and you're going to send infantry to take the trench. You want at least 3 soldiers for every soldier the enemy has to like assault a defensive position. Now if you have 6-1 American superiority, and then the defenders are armed with melee weapons, it's like that's all that they have, meaning like knives and sticks and like sharp pointy objects. Okay, so it's like this 6-1 American superiority 1. Okay, so that's twice the reasonable level. So 3-1 is like military doctrine commonly. If you're gonna take a defensive position, like the Allies storming the beach of Normandy in World War II, June 6, 1944, you have at least 3 times the soldiers to take the beach as soldiers holding the beach, say. And that's like a general rule of thumb. So 3-1 is a advantage, okay, numerical superiority, numerical advantage. Now if you had twice of that, you have 6-1, which I would actually work like at least 6 of them are the SWAT numbers. You have 6-1 numerical superiority. That's a major advantage. Look at this natural. And if you are 6 men with firearms versus 1 person without, okay, now you have a serious advantage, like a very real serious advantage, understand? It's like the overkill of advantages. And then on top of that, you also had the ability to bring more units to bear if needed, see, they are close by. So within like 100-meter radius of my apartment, it's not just 6 police officers that are armed. There's going to be other units into this. So considering the firepower advantage, the armor advantage, everything, it's like even if I was a guy who's like, yeah, I'm going to show these guys, okay, which nobody should be having that attitude as my recommendation. But even then, it's like, what am I looking at? Okay, so the reason that I ended up like analyzing it, turning myself over, it wasn't really a hard decision to make, because choosing to fight is likely to lead to me being injured
at the very least, and possibly worse than injured. And my mom was out here too. So I sometimes see on police body cams there's a SWAT team, the guy's girlfriend or brother comes to the scene or something like this, and talk on the phone. So this. But here's the point. So my mom ended up hearing it. Okay. Uh, and it's like if I would fight him, they said my mom would see her son carried out on the stretcher or something. So even if I was like a guy, I really want to fight the SWAT team, okay, I'm gonna fight the law and win. I fought the law, laws, or something like this. I was going for like a redo of the classical song and forced them to change the lyrics after they heard about what Mike Sad did. Okay, it's like it's like it's just for all kinds of ways. It was an easy decision to make to hand myself over in that situation, because if I'm fighting, I'm not fighting to die. So it's like a person who's like unaliving, they're suicidal. Might be like, if that's what they were looking for, it might be like, wow, you got cops here ready to go. It's like, do you understand? But that's not the type of person I am. So I'm looking to survive. Okay, it's a objective I have. So I'm looking to stay alive. Now that doesn't mean that I'm too much like that. There's a Bible verse about he that seek to save his life shall lose it or something like this. So you don't want to be hyper focused on like that. I'm focused to stay alive. I live a life that's risky, fraught with peril, wrought with peril. I do a lot of things that are risky and dangerous that are worth it, that are considered to be worth the risk. Things that feel meaningful in the moment or that are planned ahead of time, that I recognize that there's value in doing this and I decide to do it. And then maybe when I carry it out, it might not feel as meaningful. But a lot of things that I do are meaningful but risky. So I don't live my life in fear of getting hurt, injured, or dying, but I don't have a desire to. Okay? I don't have a desire to. And it's like even if I get in a mood where I want to fight the cops, it's like what are you gonna do? Fight the cops with a slingshot? It's like slingshot level weapons, like medieval weapon. And you have like a stick with a pointy thing at the end of it, like a spear, and okay, it's a caveman weapon, like a club and a sharp pointy stick. Okay, it's like. I feel like even if the John Wick movie was John Wick was me, it's like if you take that and apply it to John Wick universe, John Wick without any guns, see, versus a SWAT team, then people would be like, okay, if they made a John Wick movie, like the whatever, like the whatever it would be now, number 5, and then the plot is like John Wick is in a hotel or something like this, and it's a SWAT team that comes, and he has no firearms. A lot of people be like fans be like this is not realistic. It's like everybody knows that John Wick is a character that he wins fights. Yes, they are in a impressive manner, but it's like he has firearms, see? Which kind of helps to suspend disbelief that it's not like too unrealistic. So yeah, don't be holding out your hopes that you'll see me do something stupid. Like run at the cops with weapons and get myself shot. Understand? I'm not looking to do anything like that. And some people might be hoping that. I would be surprised if some people, as I was besieged by the SWAT team, if they were hoping that I would end up getting shot. Okay, I wouldn't be surprised if people that were hoping that I would end up getting shot. Anybody that's left a comment and didn't hit the like button is going to get blocked. So I got 1 person, 2, 3, 4 people have left a comment, and they're all going to get blocked because they didn't hit the like button. I got 3 people watching live right now, and this is the starter live stream. I'm gonna get into training martial arts pretty soon, so I decided ahead of time I'm gonna go light. So, but I don't know you, but I wish you the best. Well, your words don't match your behavior. They're non-contact with your behavior. Because the person that was wishing me the best, that had a positive temperament, like they had like a feelings of goodwill towards me, they'd be clicking the like on this video. See? Yeah, so anyway, that actually reminded me. That
call and talk about police border cam. Someone left a comment about police border cam on my channel. It got me thinking again. I put it to top of mind. I start thinking about it. It's like, oh yeah, I kind of had on the back burner, go around playing around with the idea. It's like, maybe I should get into finding out if I can get a hold of those border cam videos, which I tried once, didn't get them, and I don't remember if it was that they said I can't or if it was. I remember they stored another agency. Might be one of these things that you could help to contact a lawyer. I like to get as much done myself as I can. One time I called a free consultation with a lawyer. Like a hotline where some lawyers that offers a service. You get like 5 minutes to ask them questions for free, kind of as a trial. Okay, talk to the lawyer for 5 minutes trial or something like this. And they possibly get like customers like that. So you can, some lawyer firms have where you can call them and get to ask a question or two, and talk to them for a few minutes. Kind of like as a trial, like the warden work. Lawyer experience. And the reason that I called them is I had gotten a letter in the mail alleging that I had copyright like a whole movie or something like this that I had downloaded on the internet or something like this. Okay. And I called them and asked them, hey, I got a letter in the mail from some company saying that they suspect was some copyright infringement or something like this. And I asked him a few questions, and he did a good job answering them. So I could tell he was a real lawyer I was talking to. Yeah, so thankfully I haven't been involved in being a defendant or was the author defendant in any legal cases. So, I only have petty crimes. It's like to unfortunately I don't have to try to paint myself. I dealt with this before. I'm a total video. I'm a total government gangster, I call it, or total videos. And I really shouldn't feel like I have to. I've dealt with this before. There's the psychotomy in total video now. So total videos are faced with a lot of times isolation while being consistently communicated to by flying monkeys of the psychopathic narcissistic abusers, and a lot of it would be justifying the abuse. See, like the psychological warfare, you deserve what we're doing to you, you're bad orbit, you're bad thing, you're bad, you deserve what we're doing, this is justice, this is not persecution, it's not tyranny. It is not what it is, it's what it's not. I even had like a little tag in my mind for that move that they pull. It's not what it is, it's what it's not. Okay, it's like a lot of it boils down to that. It's like you call an abuser on their behavior. It's not what you call me on. Do you understand? Somebody is doing something like gaslighting, or you gaslighting. That's not gaslighting. I just ask the questions stuff like this. Or like even in comment sections, it's like somebody's like, "You're being really disrespectful." I wasn't being really disrespectful. I was just making jokes. Okay, I was just cracking jokes. But it's like they weren't really making jokes. The intention was to hurt my feelings. Okay, so the intention is not to be funny and entertaining to crack jokes. They're trying to push my buttons, is what they do. So, yeah, anyway, so I support. I'm gonna be training light martial arts once I have time. I have 50, the way I can, I have 50, 60, 100, 60, 70, 80 minutes of a time slot for training. So it fits that maximize it. It fits well with my sense to train light tonight. That if I want to train for a long time, it also makes sense to train light. there's more people coming, they don't hit the like button. Here's another person. So you're all going to get blocked, all of you that have left comments and click the like button. So people watching this, they want to be able to leave comments and not get blocked in my chat, to get to talk to me in the chat if I check it, if I have it open, if I check it. You know what not to do. Don't come in while in comments and click the like button. Yes, I'm a total gang stalking. And summarize it, and I can put a little bit of time pressure on it. So make the point in 3 minutes in the argument, a conclusive argument. So there is a problem, define the problem and provide the solution. So the problem is, there is a problem, and I speak from experience, where you can get overly defensive and get into a mindset where you kind of feel like you got to prove that you're not a bad person to say that what they're doing to you is wrong, see? Do you understand? It's like you're bad and therefore we're not doing something bad by doing these things to you. It's like the program in the cold brainwashing, and to you as the target abuse, you might be faced with communication where you're going, justifying the abuse, going, you're bad. See, it's like they tell you are bad, you're this bad thing, you've done this bad thing, you are this bad thing. I understand. And as a justification for kind of the silent argument, it's like, therefore it's not bad to do this to you. See? And especially if you're spend a lot of time, and I can tell at the time of events, if I make videos arguing and talk about how evil this is, it's like the following week, Flying Monkeys, they already know our mouthpiece of the program will be like reference something bad that they're saying that I've done before or something like this, as if they're like responding to me saying you're doing something evil, or what about you, what about this, and what about you being a bad person? So you're saying we're doing something bad to you consistently right now, but we're saying you did something bad in the past or something like this. Okay, so I can recommend other total videos. What I've learned is like I got to a point where I stopped trying to convince the narcissistic abusers of the guilt and kind of talk sense to them, because they're not honestly deceived, they're willfully deceived. It's like they wanted to bleed the lies, they want to justify. The agenda is to justify what they're doing to you, and they're gaslighting and lying about you, and they know full well that they're engaged in lying. So it's not that it's like they're honestly confused and think that it's okay to do what they're doing to you. It's like psychopathic. It's like they know full well that they're doing something wrong to you, they just don't care, understand? And then if it makes it more effective to tell others and you that you deserve what they're doing to you, then they don't do that. So I don't have to prove that I'm a perfect, innocent person that have never sinned. I don't have to prove that I'm Jesus, the second coming of Christ, okay, to make it evil what they're doing to me. It's like the truth is that gang stalker told videos is evil. This is 100% truth. It's evil, wicked, it is tyranny, and it's oppression. No matter who you do it to. See, simple truth. I don't care what you say. No matter what, if I would have murdered 3 people and got away with it, if I was like a serial killer, murdered 3 people and got away with it, it will still be wrong to be doing this to me. If not, you can go live in Saudi Arabia or something like this with Sharia law, because the legal system, right and wrong, in the West, in America, is supposed to be due process. See? Where it's like, since they're using the argument that we're doing this as punishment, as justice, because you're a bad, evil person, or to prevent bad things in the future, or it's like, oh, so you're saying you're doing these bad things to me because I'm bad, have done bad, okay? Well, in Sweden, we have a legal system with due process, and it's like you're not allowed, the government's not allowed to attack you or like work to punish you in some way without proving your guilt in the court of law. And one, they have to first establish your guilt in the court of law. Second, they can only administer punishments on the books. See, there's no government gang stalking as on the books, meaning there's no crime you can commit in Sweden. That if a Swedish court, Svea hovrätt or tingsrätten or hovrätt or whatever, what is court, there's no crime in Sweden that you can commit, or plural crimes, no level of crime that you can commit, where you go to the Swedish law book, Sveriges rikes lag, grundlagen, whatever you look in the law book, that's going to say, oh, there's a punishment the citizens can get. If they find guilty of this crime in a court of law, the government has the right to spy on them, poison them, attack them with chemicals. And there's another thing that another fake TI kind of intelligence agent angle. The most common one is the crazy talk. Where they get a fake TI to cover up gang stalking, help with that by crazy talking about gang stalking, to disseminate crazy sounding bullshit, disinfo, and put that in the TI community. I mean, if I would make a video, a Reddit post or a co-op post about gang stalking, there'd be people coming in that are agents working for the program. They are working to cover up gang stalking and go, yes, Mike, if I go like test my, I'm a TA in Sweden or something like this. It's going on in Sweden too, guys. Yeah, and they're reading your mind with satellites or something like this. Understand? They just come and throw some nutmeg into the mix to describe it. To have people that come across it, to research and like, what's this gang stalking? They just see a lot of nut jobs, or mostly a lot of nut jobs. And there's people that have a job to appear as nut jobs. So anyway, support. The program doesn't take you physically. Another angle is a limited hangout that they might try it for. And I can predict the behavior. It's going to be one of the tactics that they use. Is that they're going to use a limited hangout. They're going to use justification to get busted. They're going to be using a limited hangout tactic. Where it's like they have the angles like, yeah, gang stalk is just adult bullying basically. So it's like just harassment. See, so if people hear about it and start thinking it's real, so why it's just people being bullied? Kind of, it's not that big of a deal. See, okay. When it's a huge deal. It's a persecution, intense persecution. And gang stalking torture both physically and psychologically. So don't believe the people that are covering up the truth about gang stalking by minimizing it. People that claim to be TS to say that gang stalking is harassment and it makes you depressed or something like this. Gang stalking is a war. They will spray chemicals on you like a bug, poisons. They will spray toxic liquids on you out in public. That's happened to me. They've been attacking me physically, meaning I'm allergic to perfume, and the program has used perfume as a selective chemical weapon, meaning something that this guy is sensitive to. It gives him a health crisis, health problem if he's exposed to perfume. So let's have a fly monkeys use perfume, and they've used that, okay? Targets get poisoned. Food poisoning is part of gang stalking. The real TIs get, okay? Real TIs get food poisoning. You get targeted physically. There's food poisoning, there's sprayed with chemicals. I've been shot in the leg with a dart gun by the program. You can search CIA heart attack gun. And most likely something like that. I got hit in the leg with something, right calf. And I still have a non-spot in the right leg after that. So I've been physically attacked by the program. Mostly in the covert, highly covert ways. So, yeah, gang stalking is, you want to know the truth about gang stalking, here you can hear me talk about it. Or you can go listen to fake TI kind of intelligence agents, or the real TI that doesn't know as much as I do about what gang stalking is and what it's not, and how to deal with it. Okay. Unfortunately, a lot of real TIs is going to be at least one major deception they believe, because they've been in the fake community and they didn't wake up to the fact that most online TIs are fakes. And they've done like a Facebook support group, and slowly over time, there's a lot of agents in there, like fake support group, in there that direct end weapon salesman, and be in there driving home direct end weapons, V2K, RNM. They're reading your mind with satellites, type of stuff. And there might be some TIs that actually are like honestly deceived and believe that this is happening, and they come out here working to spread the word by gang stalking and the brain reading machines. And gang stalk, to be partially right, because gang stalk is true, but bringing up the fake brain reading machines that are not part of targeting helps the gang stalking. And TIs in the confusion stage are just waking up. They'll be especially helped by watching my videos, because it's when in the confusion stage, like the start of the talk, like the first year or so, when you just become aware that you're talking about a conspiracy, but you're ignorant to what it is and everything, that's when you're the most vulnerable to being deceived, I would say. Like the initial period of being told, you're more vulnerable to fall for lies and deceptions by so-called TI support figures. So like I told the video here, making culture videos for you, and on how to shield against the brain reading machines and something like this. So there's a lot of people in the community are working to get people to think that they're talking about brain reading machines. Anyway, I'm going to jump into the training here. And I will be returning now and then to check, because it's happened when I go live train that the program turns off the internet. I like to record my workouts. I don't like to exercise off camera. If I'm gonna exercise, I want on the video. Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. I could really feel the thump in that one. That was that hit hard there. And remember, don't lie. And when I say lie, it's contrasted compared to my other training streams, maybe like a medium. The average intensity of my martial arts workout, if you look back the last 2 years of my YouTube training streams. I saw a video right before this, Sharp My Feet 1 FC, and that was a clip of a beautiful head kick. And I looked at it was a short, so sometimes they upload clips, the Muay Thai fighting championship, like promotion, whatever you call it. It's like a BKFC, you have the UFC, you have Bellator, you have ONE FC, you have different fighting competitions. And they upload short sometimes, clips from fights, like a highlight. And they uploaded recently a video of a guy, Superborn, I think he was called. And he landed a left kick to the head on a guy. And it was impressive because that's a hard kick. I looked at several times and jumped back and paused and looked. And the guy had like a decent guard, which means it's hard to land sweeping kicks cleanly, like to the chin, to the jaw, if the guy has his guard up. And he had his guard like generally up, which means kicks that come, like what I just showed here, if you'll be even higher when I'm intending to impact the shin bone. These are toe kicks. That's a toe kick, where I come up here. Now if his hands up, or up here, I think that would still land in the face. If his hands were here, and you can keep this and imagine this, okay? That he still has this as a goal. Now if you look at this kick, see, that can land in between the guards. It's a toe kick. If I want to connect to the jaw with the top of the foot, it can be kind of hard if this left hand is here. So if I want to land a left kick to the head from here, that's a lot harder to do because his hand is in the way. And he was able to kick from the side and up in between, meaning from here, go on the inside of this guard hand and connect with the top of his foot. And he scored a knockout. So he landed cleanly to the point he knocked the person out. These are toe kicks. Now get my I'm gonna get my workout scarf, which is both keeping from inhaling dust particles as I'm exercising, kicking up dust, literally kicking up dust. And it's also making it a little bit harder to breathe, which means I get more cardio out of a given amount of minutes of exercising. I have like this, a tight fit. Hey, we said light. I go left. And just a touch there. So I decided to be kicking centered, at least mostly, for this workout. And here we are. So you can sneak a toe kick up under the shin. I can't do it. Sometimes it's nice there. This is easier seen than before. This is easier to behold than to watch. Optimal moment to try to kick like that will be this guy's head like this. So to capture both my body and the dummy, I want to have the angle cover this whole entrance there. And also dummy at the same time. Yeah, it does. Okay, good. I think we don't warm up before I start training. The first part of the training is the warm up. I like to do a hop step. I like this combo. Right now, look at my center. And when people say you can't hit, sometimes the most large coaching videos, they say you can't hit what you can't see. I proved that wrong that I make a video landing punches blindfolded. So relying on my space perception, like my sense of what's in the environment, and tactile sense, like feeling it, connecting with it, getting a sense of the dummy is here. Then I kind of get an estimation where the head might be. It can be hard for people who can't see, but it's not impossible. I don't like sloppy coaching. I don't like if I would end up being sloppy in my coaching or teaching. I don't like it others. And a giveaway that somebody might be less confident than a lot of people think is if they have a lot of all or nothing, black and white thinking, all or nothing, black and white thinking. It's like it's impossible to hit someone if you can't see them or something like this. It might be that they're marketing like a technique like eye pokes or a pepper spray product. So basically, big companies market a pepper spray, be like this pepper spray will make you terribly blind. They can't hit if they can't see you or something like this. So a lot of times, if people go all or nothing, black and white, it's a red flag. And it can be a tell of low competence and feigning competence with confident argument, like forcing like confident delivery and bold delivery to kind of sweep people off the mental legs and get you to wow, this is a great thing with this something, if that's a technique or a product. That one, I'm happy with that one. And as I started using my arms more, that helped me. That helped to land cleaner. See this. You can make a dance out of it. This could be part of a dance. It's like when they go up in the 90s, they have boy girl bands and be very like 1, 2, 3. You'd be like one move and then switching to another move. You can tell it's like they have like 12 different moves that they chain together.
So it could be one move of a dance. What is the leg? Whatever. I will do it. This. Now we'll do a little bit of stretching. If I can hit it unstretched and kind of stiff cold legs. If I can limp up a little bit, loosen up even just a little bit, that can make at least a little bit of a difference in how easy it is for me to touch the head targets on the dummy. What I'm doing here is vibrations, constant vibrations, where it's like I'm kicking in the air, which stretches my leg. And I'm using gravity, inertia, like momentum, rather than slow stretching. I'm vibrating, constant vibrations by doing this, so I can break it down. Like you see, do this. What is this doing? It's vibrating. So a massage gun that you use to loosen up muscles and stuff. What does that do? It's vibrating, see? So this is something that I like to do, so I can shake my legs, vibrating like this. It's sort of a stretch routine. If I'm doing several stretches, this can show up in the middle of the stretching to loosen up my legs and prepare to throw many hard kicks. And what does it do? Well, I cause vibrations. If I do this, I can feel vibrations in my knee and around the knee. And the bottom of my whole leg. Especially, yeah. So basically, it's the same as a massage gun. What's a massage gun? If you have like tension in the muscles and muscle knots, whatever, they have massage guns you put in, it vibrates it. So this is similar in effect to that, where I'm causing vibrations and I'm elongating the leg. I'm stretching it by doing this. So if I do this with loose form and relax my arm, at the end of this, it's like a stretch, see? I can go grab and pull and then pull myself away, or I can go like this and it's pulling my arm. So it's a little bit like a stretch, it's a little bit of everything. It's vibrating and it's stretching, it's loosening things up. So that's a little bit. So a lot of times I just go and call like as is. It's like I'm live to just go and start attacking. Whatever I am, if my pants are sagging a little bit, if I can perform kind of worst case scenario with my pants not pulled up as high as possible, unstretched legs, and I can still connect to the head with my kicks. If I can do it when kind of not against all speeds, it's like shadowing it, but it's like if I'm sitting playing video games, and I have been sitting play video games all day. No warming up, no stretching, and I kind of cold and stiff. And I can walk up and kick to the head. Now if I get warmer and limber up and stuff, if I can hit it when it's hard to hit it, I shouldn't be surprised if I can hit it when it's less hard to hit it. Due to internal and external circumstances, unfavorable, more favorable. And that one hit here to the jaw to the side there. The left leg doesn't seem to want to hit today. We'll try it a little different. Now I'm going to hit within 4 attempts. And that counts as a hit.
And that's the hard hit. 2, 3, 4. It's a little bit harder for me to connect with the left right now than it's been with the right. I go like to sit right here too. I'm a little bit tempted to pass this because it's sick here. That's like how to get shots. And what I got to do now is practice kind of something that's difficult, make it harder. I can let elbows here, it's not that hard. But from here, down low, quickly come to the distance and deliver the elbows right. So you different, drop the guard, close in, and then turn. Raise and turn. Raise legs, forward, while I extend the guard, pushing out, and then turn it. With the right timing it like more. The way that I train, have been training, teach that. My training style. I have been training with rigidity and fixed form. Everything I could do, I'm self-trained, self-taught. Muay Thai kicks, any type of kick I can throw, martial arts technique, boxing punches, anything I've learned myself. And not just sitting watching videos, how to do everything, but just get into training, start to training, figure things out. And how I train and able to pull off things where it's like I feel like it's good. It's not really trying for a certain form. It's like I'm looking to hit him hard with my elbow. And then I'm throwing elbows and I can feel which one is hitting the hardest. See, it's like it's training. It's like starting to train elbows. So if I'm done, I want to hit him hard with my elbow. And I throw this one, and then I end up hitting hard with the elbow. I want to hit him hard with the elbow. And it's like, with experience, like, you learn is I hit really hard. And then if I maybe look at the footage, I can say, oh, when I hit it the hardest, I was doing like this or something like this. And you kind of reinforce the correct form. So I don't go for like a form like this, how somebody says you ought to do it the right way or something. So just focus on moving fast, hitting hard, and being effective. And I trust my own ability to be able to know what I'm doing that. Don't forget to hit the like button if you're running comments. I don't want to get blocked. So I don't check the comments all the time. I'm here to make friends and talk to people. Somebody said, hello bro, great room space for working out. Yes, on purpose. I like to have it airy and spacey in a minimalistic home. My preference for my home is minimalism. Meaning like Spartan. This is what we call Spartan, where it's like function over form. It's like practicality over aesthetics. So I'm more concerned about having a home adapted to being the way that I want it to be, rather than it's like looking nice. Okay, it's like I'd rather have it be minimalistic than to have it look really good and have painters every wall and stuff. The main thing is being able to freely move around here and not bumping into things and not have things interfere with me
on a whim impulse starting to exercise in the living room and stuff like this. Oh, I gotta move the couch and drag this over here and this over here, so I have to get a workout done. I like to have open space, and I prefer to keep my home minimalistic. Okay, that's a style, minimalistic. And it's not just for working out. It's for it's good for more than that. This is not the main reason they have sports here for training, but it's more of a side effect. So I'm going to do more kicks, and I decided to make this a kick focused workout. I'm going to be throwing kicks, different type of kicks. And I started with kicks to the head there, which is like getting the hardest part down first. And kicking downstairs is easy peasy. So I'm going back to check the camera angle before commencing another round. Yeah, this can work here. Okay, so I'll be doing toe kicks. And actually I use this tire. This tire has targets on that I put it before. These 2 white strips of tape. As a matter of fact, what I can do, we can fit this over here. Yes. This is what I will follow coming. Okay. So I've been practicing toe kicks. Now I just need one left, turn the other side. So, next will be straight kicks. These bolts off. I don't know if you can see those bits of tape there or not, but these are those bolts off. I'm kicking up at the sternum bone with the toes. Also want to connect under the sternum bone. It's easy from the side. That's easy to kick. more elbow drill. Some of these drills that I do, some drills that I do are good training drills for training speed, accuracy, building muscle memory, for connecting. And I can explain it to you. Okay, what is this doing? That's building muscle memory. That's the drill that I just did. Connect, or what's the drill? Rapidly, 4 elbows, natural full movement while connecting. 1, I invent no drills and stuff, so this drill. 1, bang. 2, return with reverse elbow. 3, and then 4. And if I want to carry it on, I can do 4s on 4s on 4s. I can go 4, and then 5, 6, 7, 8. If you think about it, this is an intelligent drill. Because it's something that you might not try. This is not the type of elbow strike combo that you're most likely to attempt and succeed at landing in a fight. But it's a drill, a training drill, that can help you land any elbow in a fight, a single elbow, see? Because you're training your body, the muscle memory, to end up in like awkward position, kind of surprised that, oh, I'm over here now, and then boom, snap in with a new elbow from this position. Kind of like, I'm in this position, quickly throw another elbow from this position, whatever the position is. A little bit to the side, not to the side, having my body been turned a lot to the side. It's like snap back with an elbow on the way back, then rinse and repeat. So people don't understand physicality, like skills and muscle and stuff. If I'm only practicing like this is not the best way to train. When I'm only practicing on a heavy bag that's like too heavy, or like this, where it's very easy for me to connect with every elbow. This is very easy, it's like a cakewalk. See? Now if I start getting harder, the head moves more, and if I keep the focus on connecting repeatedly, I'm going to be really connecting with a head-sized object that's moving around, see? So I'm building muscle memory for connecting with a head-sized object that's moving, see? Because, do you understand? So this is a drill that I've figured out, I like to use, and it's this. Once again, show the drill. Fast elbow strike combo, 4 or 6. Here we go. First one, bang. Second one, bang. Third, 4, 5, and this one is always the hardest one. The third one ends up being the hardest one. I noticed. As I'm doing this drill, the third one ends up being the hardest one. So it's this. We're not going to do it too hard, but here. See, 1, 2, 3. With 1, slide off, and front up for the return elbow, reverse elbow. And then the third one is the hardest one. And then from here, this lupine position, I'm quickly connecting the reverse elbow from the natural position here. Bang, bang, see? And up over here, and then continue to drill. This new position, as soon as I get here, bang, my back is bang, another elbow from here, bang, followed by this one. And the rotation, same as with kicks. Rotating my upper body and move my arms, and then trailing that angle with a kick can make it harder. But if I go here, bang, here, and then the upper body rotation makes the third one a lot harder, like use a lot of muscle in the arm to make it hard. So, show the drill again, show the back. Mike's elbow strike drill. And this, if you're a solo or start trainer, I recommend this. Here, I think to verify, I hate it when I'm putting in some energy to explain and show things, and it's not a good angle, so it's like missing what I'm trying to show. So here's the point. Here, first elbow, whatever the first elbow is, and it's going to be the left one this time. Bang, connect, elbow through, slide off, and you slide off to the side without trying to the elbow slide.
And this drill is especially useful for drilling muscle memory to recover quickly and attack again if you miss, see, and you get turned out of position. Because if you do this drill on the regular in training, you're going to do different intensities. You're going to sometimes train it light and go for many repetitions. Sometimes you're going to train a few but harder ones. And when you do harder ones, it's going to happen if you do it consistent enough this drill and training. It's going to happen sooner or later that you're throwing hard as you do this, and you miss, understand, and end up a lot out of position. And you're building muscle memory, real fight muscle memory, that applies to other things like throwing a punch, ending up over here, kind of like I'm said a little bit, but I really turn out of position. And then my body has already drilled going from here, attack or something. So as I've been thinking about training and how to get better, I don't do pointless things. What I do makes sense. Anything I do consistently is something I figure out that makes sense. A lot of things I invent to myself, is inside myself. I enjoy the process of learning, empowered by the Holy Spirit, God, and not relying on outside sources. So, to explain it to you even more, why does that make sense? To practice what I'm talking about, we end up training the way you're going to inevitably end up out of position, like overturn. That could be just throwing a lot of successive elbows, bang, 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 and then the head of it makes you miss, and you're throwing a hard ball, which takes a lot of position. Now, you don't want it to be the first time, and this applies to knife fighting too, when it's knife fighting. You don't want it to be the first time fighting knife fighting. You don't want it to be the first time in a fight for your life, or a sports fight, or whatever the fight is. It's like the first time your body has to figure out how to move effectively from here to strike an opponent in this position. You don't want it to be the first time doing it in a fight, see? You want to have drilled it. But it's like real, no fluff, no boo-boo, like real biological fighting drills, understand that? It's just like muscle memory, you're drilling something, the neural pathways are firing, doing something repeatedly, and your brain has like built the muscle of executing this move. And it's not unfamiliar territory. It's not unfamiliar territory. Where it's like you end up in a fight, it's like you've never been in this position before. So, same with knife fighting, where I hit hard and stuff. Sometimes I slide off a lot, they're like all the way over here. It's like this is something that might happen in real life fight. Where if I would throw something powerful, like from here, like this here, and it misses, you pull back the body, you might end up clearing out of position a lot. And I want it to be the first time that I recover from this position in a knife fight to the death state. I want to have it, my body already has the skill, it's been drilling, I've been here before, and went there from there, see. So my body already has experience executing techniques from that position. You don't want it to be the first time. So here's the video. Elbow strike here, and I'm starting from here. Bang, 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 and then with speed. And the main thing is the speed. One, two, three. And notice I'm capitalizing on missing with the elbow to launch a new powerful one. And I'm adjusting the focus as I go on. Where it's like I started going from kind of in a level like this, focus this movement, to once again the rhythm. I start making better by throwing this and then putting the guard up as I throw the other one. It seems like this. So here we go again. So from the side now. Big one. 1, 2, 3. And if the second one slides off or even misses, I'm drilling for that. So and the third one is typically the hardest one in the sequence. The third elbow is going to be the hardest one. Do it again, like this. See? 1, 2, 3. And the third one is always the hardest one in the sequence. Which is also build the muscle memory for throwing a hard elbow strike to a moving target, because if you do this drill enough, it's going to end up being a moving target sooner or later. And you're building skill of connecting clean and hard with a head that's moving all kinds of ways. So, this is a drill that I went to myself to figure out what I like to do. And when I say I'm self-taught, I'm not joking. I'm not the type of guy who watch how-to videos and everything. I've been learning boxing, jabs, uppercuts, hook, knees, kicks. Just pray to God to get better fighting as a young man. And then moving around and figuring things out and figuring what works and what doesn't. And also, my subconscious mind is loaded with having seen fights. It's like in the subconscious vault. See, I've seen boxing matches. I've seen people execute a good jab before. I've seen a body generate power in a boxing fight, landing a hard punch. See, so that's like in my subconscious mind. I've seen people execute powerful kicks and knees and stuff in sport fights, and I get into training, and that's in my subconscious mind that you can move like this and land like that. And sometimes after a while, it's like you end up being able to pull it off. So I enjoy the process of self-training. I'm self-trained, self-taught, and there's been very little coaching from human beings. We might have an even better angle for this. Possibly the best angle will be a little bit to the side, the best of both worlds, so you can see the left and the right. Yeah. Here. Bang. Start here this distance. Here. 1, 2, 3. Ooh. Ooh. And I hit so hard I rock myself. I ring my own bell sometimes. Which is like I can feel that the explosions and everything that I'm doing is like it's rocking myself. So if I wanna get both delicious, I can say I hit so hard I ring my own bell. So sometimes I feel like it's a little bit too hard to dial it down. It's like if you always drive your car in the red light, it's like that's not gonna be a car that like stays athletic for a long time. Something's gonna break in the engine. The emergency, like the NOS, like the emergency, like the turbo, that's for emergency use. The emergency power level, that's for emergency or like special use. Then you shouldn't always train high gear. And that's another thing I had to like teach myself and train to work the skill of going lighter. Where it's like there came a point in time where it's like I'm getting too many injuries, like low level injuries. But it's like there's too many times where it's like I can't. It's like I was training yesterday, and it's like, yeah, I was hitting like really hard, bare knuckle on that dummy. But it's like the day after, I got pain in both my wrists. I got a cut on my knuckles. It's like, if I would go to like a doctor or a boxing coach and be like, should I train today, coach? They'd be like, no, you should not. You got pain in your wrist and you got a cut that hasn't fully healed on your right hand. And it's like, I've been training despite that a lot of times. I've been myself. It's like, just push through it, don't give a crap. It's like training, I still got pain and I got cuts and scrapes, and I still train the next day and the next day, and kind of
overtrain. Now, overtraining is a concept that's most like favored by losers. Okay, most people who talk about it's like overtraining, they're people that don't train hard ever and dislike the concept of training hard. Okay, and they cannot justify not training hard ever by like this is a risk to overtrain. They want to overtrain, so it's like don't work hard. Okay, don't work too hard. Just do everything like always like this. So
I've had to train myself to go lighter because the natural view is high power, and that's one of the beauties of the athleticism we got, especially with where a lot of guys have to pace themselves. They'll have a gas tank as cardio to throw like 300 punches that are hard in like 30 minutes or like this. So one of the benefits to be able to do that is like you get to a point. It's like I've been throwing too many super hard punches in 3 hours, and it's starting to be a bad issue. It's like a lot of people couldn't throw that many punches to get to a point where they built up to a low level injury from hitting this hard this many times. So stamina, fatigue makes cowards out of men. And when boxers talk about the guy has heart, what they basically mean all times is the guy a big gas tank. And they kind of using mystical terms to describe the biological effect. Fatigue makes cowards out of men. And these are things I borrowed from like hearing the boxing coaches and people like that talk. Where it's like, I think it might be Chael Sonnen would say it. That skunk punk bastard, Chael Sonnen. Fatigue makes cowards out of men. And that heart thing. And it makes sense, it's right, okay? I mean, if you think about it, it's when you're fatigued, exhausted, that you're demoralized. If you're fatigued, you're exhausted, you're tired, that's when you feel demoralized, when you're fatigued and exhausted. So it's like, if I'm in a fight, and I have energy to go for miles, I can smother it, and I keep attacking, I can throw like 30 hard attacks in 30 seconds, like knees, elbow strikes, punches, make everything hard and fast. So what are the chances that he's going to be standing there after a 30-second burst, machine gun burst of throwing 60 different techniques super hard? See, it's like you understand? It's like this intensity only sustained and for a long time. If you can pull it off even now and then, that's a great power and an advantage. The stamina, the gas tank. And if you get tired, you get slower, you get weaker, everything's harder, and that affects you psychologically. So it takes more willpower to push through things and make yourself perform and throw like it's harder. Say my punch is not hitting hard. It's like it's just it can be demoralizing to be fatigued. So an important aspect of fighting athleticism or athleticism is stamina, endurance. Speed too is a favorite attribute of mine. Speed. You're gonna rate like fighting specific athleticism, I call it. Okay. Speed, power. What's some important things? Speed, power, endurance, aka stamina, are very important. Meaning, martial arts is not just about skill. How effective technique is. A big part of that, and it's like the simple truth that you like think about martial arts a lot, it's just very clear to me, the truth. That a lot of people are hyper-focused on like the techniques. A lot of people are like the techniques and they feel like, yeah, they're doing a good job getting better at winning a self-defense scenario because you just really like techniques. Now, a major part, maybe 50% of your chance to win a fight is your physical attributes, how athletic you are, how explosive you are, your stamina, your gas tank, how long can you be doing techniques until you get tired, how fast can you, how hard you can hit, what's the reflexes like, and things like this. There's like physical attributes where before getting into looking at the technique execution that matters a lot in terms of winning a fight. So if you have a boxer and his twin, and they're both like they're twins, okay? And both of them have the same body, and one trains a lot, the other guy never trained, most likely the guy who trains is going to win. If they have like the same everything, cardio, size, speed, stamina, fast, slow, twitch, whatever, everything's the same. Now, if both twins have the same level of skill, and the other twin has twice the gas tank, that makes a big difference if I was going to bet who's going to win the fight. If They have the same skill, they're both twins, identical physical attributes like length of limbs and everything else. And one of them trains and he gets faster and he does reaction time because he gets his reaction speed better. There's things like this that matter a lot. Like your athleticism, your cardio, your gas tank, and things like this. And body composition, like your fitness level. You don't want to get into that only training the skill and not focus on something that's about as important, which is like if I was a fat guy that into martial arts, I wouldn't only be training the skill of throwing punches. I'm doing cardio to burn fat and build my stamina endurance so I can move faster and throw more punches with that technique, with the same technique. I can execute it more times faster. I got only 3 hours to sleep tonight, and I've been eating less than normal. So even going light here, it's not bad. It's not bad. I got 10 minutes left. We'll go a few more. Show the drill again. 1, 2. That's a 1, 2 now. 1, 2. The elbow strike 1, 2. And sometimes I impact the forearm with that push. And I wouldn't be surprised on an untrained person if you just are able to do that, and a lot of people fall the ass just from being pushed like that at the top of their body. Or something as simple, even like just that you have a bad position, where it's like you're and not seeing it, which is also general in all fighting. Not seeing the attack coming makes the attack so much more dangerous. I like to use this as an elbow launch pad. Like I like to use this for elbows a lot of times. Like this here. Like almost like a prayer, like a monk prayer. Sometimes a monk, like this here. See, this is protecting me from headbutts to some extent. This is protecting my head from stuff. And from this position, I'm decently protected. And I have so many attacks I can launch from here. So if I'm from here, so this is, I like this, use this sometimes. And a lot of times I just like to impact with something, touch, just touch with anything. To set up the second attack. Just touch, just make connection, just contact, make contact, just touch. If that's a palm strike, or it's a punch, or whatever, just touch. Just touch, and then land the helmeted pass attack. That one, he will feel that. That one, and my whole body. It's like an explosion where it's going all the way from the bottom, and my upper body rotation is starting from the leg, lower body rotation, everything is in there. And if it connects, it's gonna connect badly. Goodly for me, bad for him. Because it gives the big freeze the back thing for opponent. Yeah. Just more.
kicks.
There's another combo. Toe kick combo, like in practice. Another combo I figured out is this. 1, from here, 1, 2. And the first one is a tap, the second one is a hard one. So it's downstairs the same as a boxing left-right hook combo. Triple. Only with the legs, see? So this is the jab kick. This is the power right straight kick. 2. Third one is a right hook kick. And it is kicking from the side. So that's another combo I figured out. This bang, bang, bang. 1, 2, 3. So it's downstairs the same as boxing punch. One thing or many things. Or 10,000 things. Because like you get the concept of boxing, 1, 2, followed by a hook. It's like the same thing applied downstairs. So it's this is the jab, this is the 2, and then this is a hook. So from here, 1, 2, 3. And the 3, obviously, as with all combos, you can throw out 3-punch combo to the head or to the body, somewhere else. So the 1 to 3 can be leg level, torso level, or even head level. Now the head level is going to be a big different technique. It's going to be an toe kick, like an up kick here. 1, and then 2, 3. And that might be the first time I tried that combo to the head level. But obviously you can do it. And there might be something that end up really more, the 1 to 3 combo. Just because it's like extra difficult and it adds more exercising. Okay, it's just like you're expending more energy for the legs. You're using more energy. So once again, this is the 1, 2, 3 combo. 1, and I can start from out here and make the 1 powerful as it is did. 2, adjust my position a little bit. How I like doing it a lot is here, tap with the left. Start if I'm doing it close range now. It's here, and he's got his leg. Tap, tap, and maybe he's retracted with his leg, but with the step in, which is I'm doing no matter what. If he stays there after I throw the first one, I'm close to the distance and to make it more powerful, moving in with my tap. It's tap to his right leg, for example, here, and this is not just making it more powerful, I'm stepping in and forward, but it's also extending the range. In case, as I'm throwing the first, he's retracting, he's moving back. It's like, I turn that into a step, like a kick, and I got long range to throw the second one. And I like to do the third one. It's down to the tippy toe. So it's here, bang, bang, down to the side to the tippy toe. Tippy toe meaning I'm on my toes. And then throw from there. That's the form that I like. Here, here, bang, and this is a lot. This is price tag. Bang, bang. You can make this as hard as you want to, okay? And then the third one is the third. But a form that I like to do that just feels good to me is this: tap, bang, back to the side, to the tippy toe. Generally back, down to the tippy toe, and then throw from like a light ground touch. So I'm not keeping it here. I don't go bang, 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 and then throw the third. I go bang, 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 and it can be down here, but I go on the tippy toe. So bang, 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 or bang, bang, and I'm here on the tippy toe. Or it can be here, or it can be even here. It can be by like on the tippy toe with this little bounce step going here. That's exactly sort of the third looking attack. And also it can be kicked because something else is that launch from that position too. It can become an up kick from here. And I can do things like this too, if I want to. Just And then from here, I can do a sweep. I can turn the 3-1 into a sweep if I want to. Or from here, if I want to do something extra special, says bang, bang, bang. You can do like a jumping thing, and hit 2 if you want to, okay? You want to get acrobatic, keep it flipped like acrobats. Still action packed. So, it's 1 minute left. We do a little bit of karate kill stuff, a little bit this side kicks with the bottom of the foot. It's a bad angle. Let's go push it instead. Not this one, this one here. And that one hit me, that one helped with that one. The last one was the best one. And I can feel it hitting his rib cage with the heel, and you can feel it unfortunately. So the first ones, it's like the jacket, still a bit sliding, and this is a good thing because if some of the training methods I do might look stupid because oh, it's harder to hit something. It's like, it's good if it's hard. Like some of the Roditas I have the jacket on, it forces me to connect clean with my attack, see? Because if it's like a loose jacket, it can move a lot. So if I'm hitting a little bit like a glancing blow, the jacket will rotate, it won't deliver that power cleanly. So having it be a little bit harder by having like a oversized jacket on it, if I'm aiming to hit like this in the middle, I can deliver that energy. But if I hit a little bit too much to the side or with a bad angle, with a loose shirt over it, it's more like to slide off. So the last kicks will be a left kick, right kick, to the side kick. Go line. And these ones can become more powerful. Either we're turning around here or turning this way. Here. And I'm not happy with it, it's not connected clean enough. I can feel that it's not. That's better. Beautiful. And I make more push here. You can always have the last kick, because it didn't hit him in the middle of the body, like the center mass. It came to the side between the glancing blow and lost a lot of power there. Potential impact lost because it hit the side of the shirt and then slides off like this. Monkey style, Muay Thai. Be more like a monkey. There's a lot of arms and stuff, and it's jumping like this. Everything flying with power. Everything. I like to make everything flying and hitting hard. I like it to move fast, hit hard, and fly through the air. That's my favorite thing to do when training. Fly through the air, hit hard, and move fast. I really like how that makes me feel. It's like a thrill, honestly. It's like driving a sports car or something like this. If you drive a sports car or a go-kart or something like this, it's like a thing, it's exciting. Move fast and stuff. I'm in the driving seat of my body. It can be really exciting and fun sometimes when you're, I talked about this before, a lot of men are wasting their athletic prime when they're 20s, live vicarious other men. Meaning men that are in their athletic prime, like 20 to 30, they got dad balls in the 20s, and they see they watch football guys being athletic on TV. Okay? And they live vicarious other men, which like, they see a guy moving fast, jumping high and stuff, kicking and stuff, and it's like, he feels like he's doing it like vicariously. It's the same psychological effect as watching horror movies. We watch a person be chased through the woods. You feel in your body as if you're being chased in the woods because you see a person. The other sense is like your experience is as if you're the person being chased through the woods. So it's vicarious living. It's the same psychological thing that makes like young men that are like out of shape, like going to watch football or rugby or something like this, because they're seeing men running, being fast and being powerful physically. And it's like that gives vicarious living. Whereas really, if you're a young man in 20s and 30s, why you're not, it's more exciting. That if I watch a boxing match, even if they're really good, it's like if you're looking at a guy in the UFC, it's like throwing fast punches and combos and hitting hard. What can be more exciting is I'm in the driver's seat, feeling that power that I'm generating and feeling the speed of my body and everything. That's more exciting, I understand, to be in the driver's seat. So if you look at a Formula One, it's going to be a different thing being in the driver's seat. I'm not saying it's bad to look at sports. My point is this. If you're a young man, you're in your 20s and 30s, like you're in your athletic prime. It's like you're just went over the hill pretty much if you're in your 30s. Most people out there. Okay. Me, I've been aging like sour milk with like probiotics in it or something like this. So here's a point. Yeah, it just gets better the longer it stays unrefrigerated. So it's like it turns and it turns again. And the second time it turns, it becomes great. It's like, oh, they invented some new cheese because Mike Surfer got like a yogurt under his bed for 6 weeks or something like this. And other side, it's like it's some new kind of cheese. Okay, maybe that's how they went to penicillin. So a guy like dropped an apple into the lake or something like this. And they just okay. Anyway, I'm being facetious. So while you're eating fishes, as a hater of Mike's, I'm watching this. Because don't you feel like you're eating shit when you're watching me be out here doing shit and you're a beta cack hater on me in my chat, understand? I'm out here moving, I'm doing stuff, understand? I'm training, I'm out here doing things, understand? And it's the same thing the haters feel like if they watch David Goggins out running and stuff like this, and people go to, it makes them feel bad, understand? They say, I'm not doing something bad to you by exercising and having a good time. But a lot of people act like, oh, there's so many toxic people. So anyway, I got the sweat droplets here, perspiration king. Man can never be hot. Okay. And I finish up just in time. Just in time delivery. Okay, just in time. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, good workout. Don't waste your athletic prime, young man. Don't waste your athletic prime if you're in your 20s and be like, get big. Like if you're in your 20s and you're not like a kid who's a cripple or in a wheelchair because like you're born with a deformity, but it's like you're an average standard issue, able-bodied young man. Why waste your? Why are other people not out here exercising? It's like why are there so many people just sitting at home, overeating, not moving enough, and getting fat? And a lot of people getting obesity, and type 1, type 2 diabetes, things like this. So my point is this: if you're a man, a young man, don't waste your prime. Don't waste your prime, because if you wait until you're 40 plus. And then you have like a thing you should find the right, like you see David Goggins or some motivation thing. It's like, could you be a contender for this? It's like something that you will snap when in your 50s and you'd be like, I've been out of shape my whole life. And now it's going to be a lot harder for you to get in shape. See, if you've never been in shape before and you wait until you're like 40 plus to get in shape, it would have been better if you got in shape at least once in your 20s. And then if you get out of shape, if you try to get in shape after 40 again, it's going to be easier. Unless you like a double amputee or something like this. So what a waste of point. Maybe you should be if not. A waste of point. Yeah. I don't understand this. It's so refreshing to come out here. We've been exercising. I just had this wall of Swedish winter hit just again for rapid temperature decrease. In case you saw us make up that it's cold in there. And I don't think that's hard to believe as you see the snow on the ground. I live in a coastal city, so it's ocean here, and kind of high wind speeds. So if you live close to the ocean, a lot of times correlated with being close to the ocean is high wind speeds, high humidity. And it's really high humidity and sometimes really high wind speeds here.
Yeah, good workout. But this is not drugs I'm smoking before you ask. Or tell. Okay, it was right there, okay. Normally I don't have the lighter in this pocket. Next to the, I have a knife in this pocket. Normally I don't have it in there, but I must have stopped it, but I think. So, but it was, it's like one of these moments where you have your sunglasses. Up here, go and look with sunglasses. Okay. Yeah. So, mission completed. I decided to do a light martial arts training, kick centered, and I did it. I felt good doing so. Working off for only around 3 hours of sleep. Very hectic day and stuff. And, I'm on a kind of like a starvation diet right now. Eat a lot less protein and fat than normal. Because I've been around a lot of things. I'm rationing everything. I'm rationing food. I'm rationing supplements. Everything. Everything. Okay. Everything. Yeah. So. Here's another thing. If you're training, I don't think it's wise to only train at your best, where you feel your best. I believe that it's good. Now this is, you can take a lead. This is me being self-trained, self-taught martial artist, figuring things out myself and learning things and how I think about things, not learning from other people. Here's my philosophy. I believe that there is use. I believe that is meaningful. It can be an advantage to train in different states, and not only train. If you're training a skill like martial arts, you work to get better at fighting. Possibly one of the reasons is for potential self-defense for this. I believe there is an advantage to training in varied states, where you train when you're sleep deprived, you train when you're tired, fatigued, you like some skill. You train when you're $1,000,000. That's when you're gonna feel like training, okay? But I believe it's good, and that's what I've been doing. Meaning sometimes it's like I feel really tired, and it's like I decide I'm gonna train, and I'm getting experience maneuvering in a fatigued state or sleep deprived state. I'm getting experience. Do you understand? Everything's experience. So if you've never been sleep deprived for life, and try to do something difficult while sleep deprived, the first time doing it is going to be very hard. Now, if you've several times have been sleep deprived before and done things while sleep deprived, it's like the skill of doing things while sleep deprived, if you're building it. Understand? Training in low light conditions, high light conditions, feeling great, not so great. Training when you feel like $1,000,000, that's not when you're going to have to like really tell yourself to train now. So when you feel like $1,000,000, you can't keep yourself from training, like full of energy. Yeah, I believe in the power of training in a variety of states, and you're getting experience training those different states. Yeah. I might get into some knife fighting martial arts a little bit later. I wonder if there was one caregivers that people. I thought of my path recognized them, like the old caregivers that with what it looked like. I think it might be. Not sure. On the street. I could keep it going longer, but the advantage to any quick is it takes less time for it to finish processing so I can get extract remix things like this. Get shorts out of it. The auto thumbnail is one instead of this. So got the little outfit of the day segment here. What I'm wearing today is one of the most days. This is the Biker Gear Australia top and bottom set casual hoodie and the denim pants. Silver lined, which I invest in after being shot with a dart gun in the right leg. Then after that, I figured out I need to
Stop this from happening again. I'm looking to not be here again. with a dog on the leg and have another non-spot on my legs. So anyway, that brings me back to my initial point, my earlier point, that don't believe the counterintelligence agents. So there's different types of counterintelligence agents. Most of them are crazy talk. That's been a pattern. Now, another crazy talk angle is the minimization, where it's like, yeah, gang stalking, the word is getting out, get ahead of it, and if like it gets out, it's not that bad of a thing, okay? Like minimization downplay, it's just adult bullying. Gang stalking is adult bullying or something like this. No, it's a lot more than adult bullying, it's a war. I've been targeted with weapons, I've been attacked physically by the program in a wide ways. And I've had loved ones targeted just to hurt me and things like this. So it's been physical violence done to me. There's been physical attacks. So don't believe people tell you it's like they're just working to threaten you, and if it's work or it's because you're scared or something. I'm not scared. So it's like, it's not that, like they do things to attack your body. They poison you, they spray chemicals. So if you get the type of target I get, and the higher value target you are, the higher the targeting. The more dangerous you are on the arena of the real target readers talk about gang stalking, the harder they're going to target you. There are more people knowing the truth and being able to make a difference speak about this. So if you're not really that dangerous to them, they're not going to work as hard to sabotage you, because they don't have to work as much to sabotage less effective machine. There's already like self-sabotage. It's built to not be that effective. Understand? So if something is highly effective, you have to work to make it less effective if you're working against it. So anyway, here's the point. Try to nasal rinse, therapeutic procedures. The Bible verse never told about titration Baltons vitamin C every day. No, they never told you about how to be strong. It's not Christians are suffering from anxiety, depression, and this and that. And every person, not just people with extreme problems, it can be helped by knowledge. It's like every Christian is underperforming. They're weaker, sicker, looking and feeling worse than they could because they've been devoid of quality counsel. So there's a lot of Christian ministries that are involved in gang stalking. Do the Bible Church is one of the ones that are named. Do the Graphic Arnold. Eddie Woods is another one. If you're squeamish, don't watch my videos. And combine it, but you'll be screaming, what it is. This is nasal rinse. That's how it goes. It goes in one nostril, comes out the other. This is superior to native part, as far as I'm concerned. I tried flushing my sinuses by having something that you tilt your head. It's not the same thing. This I can control the pressure by how fast I push on the plunger. If I wanted to move fast and have more like oomph in it, just push faster. If I wanted it more gentle, I can go slow roller. So this is plain salt water. I don't use mouthwash. I don't use the toothpaste most people use. So quality being in really good shape, looking better than most people, having age reverse and perform at high level, have more energy is like not surprising if you're thinking person. The guy is very athletic, really energetic, not sick and tired, often sick and tired. He's not sick and very not tired. It's a calling with his rare degree of energy and stamina and physique with a six-pack. I'm not going to do the flex right now, so I have to put a real physique. It's like, you shouldn't be surprised that they live a real life. They lead a real lifestyle, not follow. I eat rarely low amounts of sugar per day. Sub 200 gram lines per 24-hour period. I fast 20 plus hours most days. Like 9 or 10 days I fast 20 plus hours, 20 hours at least. I take extraordinary types of amounts of supplements, meaning I take more supplements than other people do. Okay. And my hygiene home cleaning practice are rare. I don't use perfume products, scented products, I don't use fragrance, perfume products, so on and so forth. Yeah, I'm done exercising. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for us if future content. And subscribe to my alternate platforms if you don't want to miss out on exclusive content. This exclusive content is unique to Rumble, for example. There's streams and videos that are only watchable on Rumble and same with YouTube. So be aware of my Rumble account, Critical Mass Michael Rumble, Facebook Mike SAHA, Instagram Mike SAHA89, TikTok Mike SAHA, and it's not going to be hard to figure out, but it's me, okay? It has to be hopefully with a split code. I want this whole fake live streams, so I'm trying to impersonate me making an account that pretend to be me. It's just empty. It's okay, but if it's live streams, if like live stream to channel, be my sound live stream, that's hard to fake. Even if you fake, that's even hard to fake. Like hours and hours of live streaming. So maybe like a short if you make it convincing, but live streaming and something like this impersonating on the internet. That'd be weird. So I saw speaking of strange things, I saw Frank Fana published one recently. If what you Tom, whatever the guy his focus on right now, is he a CIA agent? It's a question. And is the guy a CIA agent? And I almost have to comment, yes, Frank, here's the deal. We got beef you, okay, to get the memo. The guy that your post name, like, is the question whether he's CIA agent or not. It's like not only is he CIA agent, but he's Dr. Taban in disguise, understand? So it's you can check this out. The CIA has like a practical special effects department where they have like prostheses. They have like a makeup girl. They put things that can make you look like a 96-year-old or something like this when they're 26. And it will pass for it, okay? So it's the guy that you go is a CIA agent is Dr. Taban being a CIA agent. Taban is the CIA agent. He went to the CIA department, go make me look like this another guy who's younger. And the guy that you're like focusing on, that's Dr. Taban in disguise, understand? It's Taban. So it's like, notice how he couldn't make himself with his surgery powers, make himself look different than himself. He needed to have people change his face by like gluing rubber onto his face, okay? And he's got like a fake mustache and stuff. yeah, it's like, you're all the software fake. Now you have to check, and here's what I also recommend, fact, to make sure that like Taban is not closing in on the other time. Like intermittently put your ear to the walls and hear if you can keep it crawling there, because I've heard that these type of operations a lot of times involve people living inside of your walls, understand? Believe it or not, Ripley's. It's like so a lot of times you have something like this happening, their base is in your walls, understand? They're not like out on YouTube, the CIA, they're living in your walls, Frank. That's where you would never look, understand? You are busy here like on a goose hunt, it's like, this guy on YouTube is a CIA agent out there on YouTube is about to state or something. He's living in your fucking walls, Frank. He's living in your walls. Okay? It's like I hope you don't have a painting on the wall. There's like a painting, a portrait that's like full realistic. Like a style where it's like a guy who paints to look like a photograph of a person. Because if you look closely, it's like it could be there's like a hole and it's like a real guy's eye, man. It's like I hope you don't have like paintings on the walls that or like posters, movie posters like Bruce Willis instead. Anything that's a human face that have like eyes on it. Because what they can do, they can cut it out with a razor blade and then they can have a guy all up in there who's living in the walls and stand behind the hole and look at you like this. And the way to tell is if you catch them off guard, when it's like you go to the bathroom, someone is to take a break, it's like, and they get back to position to look at you again. Then you can see the wide of the eyes as the movie is a tell. Understand? It's not a painting. So, yeah, it's like, if they're living in the walls, the best way to figure out to get like a sledgehammer, you break all the walls. Okay, and you put your head in there and you look for, where the hell are you? Okay, so you agents, okay, and you do this. And you just keep doing that until you made damn sure that there's nobody in the walls, understand? And it possibly, you get like, the people will help you to have another place to stay for a while, possibly. If you do a good job looking for agents. That might support. I'm being facetious, so that's a joke. So anyway, Frank Tufano. Is Frank Tufano, here's my serious question, after all those jokes there. Is Frank Tufano a deep state shill? Is he a counterintelligence agent? Is Frank Tufano a controlled opposition agent?
you see a guy who's like, oh yeah, I'm totally viewed to be gangsta, and it's like one thing that I didn't like seeing on his channel was some crazy talk post. We post some crazy talk, something about UFOs or aliens or something of that sort. So anyway, I support. Yeah, so I saw Frank the Father make a video. If some person is a CIA agent, now you have to live in reality, okay? So we don't live inside of a spy movie in the 90s, where it's like the people who are agents for the deep state are CIA employees, okay? See, where they have a card, my name is Bob, CIA agent, and there's some book somewhere where it's like, okay, it's not the CIA, okay? If you're a target video, it's not CIA agents that are the targets typically. You have to see the big picture, people. So this world system, the deep state are like the octopus that wrap all the tentacles around the globe. And they have like the military, the media, they have the governments, all these institutions. So it's not that it's, if somebody's an agent, they're a CIA agent or not an agent at all. Meaning your local neighborhood crackhead is more likely to be an agent of the government, deep state, than somebody who's like driving a Ferrari and drinks shaken not stirred or something like that. Do you understand? Because the people are agents targeting individuals like me with gang stalking, real gang stalking, real target for real gang stalking. It's like the pathetic losers, they're like sick, tired, helpless incels, and like women that walk with a role that we understand. It's not like the best and the brightest. So you have to let go of this perception filter they put in your mind that it's like a spy is somebody that drives an Aston Martin and dresses in a tuxedo, as it is. It's like the people who are deep state agent, they might be a school teacher or a person living in the neighborhood is like a normal person. And it's not that the only type of agent is a CIA agent. But as a mental model, I've used that before to teach, to help TIs understand the level of target you're faced with. To be like, if you're thinking about, it's like, what could a program, is there anything else they could do to, or what could they pull off if they tried to? If you think about this, if the CIA as a mental model was out to get you, that can help as a mental framework, meaning use how you look at the CIA for being an American person, look at Hollywood movies and stuff, to be like, if the CIA want to get inside your home when you're away, could they pull it off without leaving signs of breaking and entering? Okay. If the CIA wanted to spy on you, could they figure out how to do it? If the CIA wanted to poison you, you think that they could have a chance? As a mental model, to use the CIA as a mental model. So I don't want to spend too much time leaning against this because it's gonna create, if I build a habit of it, it will create extra wear and tear on my clothes. Because it's very abrasive, highly abrasive. It's like sandpaper that you used to rub on wood. I'm pretty sure it's called sandpaper. It's usually called sandpaper. So why wouldn't it be called sandpaper in English? Yeah, so we'll see if I could get a hold of some border cam footage from my past police interactions. That'd be interesting. I would like to. To everything there's a time. He has made everything beautiful in his time. Also, he has set the world in his heart. In the hearts of the don't make it fun at the work that God made from the beginning to the end. There's a time and a purpose. Time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to pluck up that which is planted. A time of peace, a time of war, a time to gather stones together, a time to cast stones away, a time to embrace, a time to refrain from embracing, a time to laugh, and a time to mourn. So, Ecclesiastes 3, I'm calling for Ecclesiastes 3 to the best of my current ability. Also, goes to Ecclesiastes 3 is one of my favorite chapters of Ecclesiastes. Yeah, so one of the things I enjoy is being proven right over and over again by history, being vindicated by history, being the type of person that's ahead of my time, and saying things that sooner or later the general public catches up to it. Like in a lot of things. I mean, yeah, I'm running into. One thing is Drogon is a shield. I would say Drogon is a deep state shield for years. And now I check comment section of the podcast or its own podcast, everybody saying it's a shield pretty much. And I've been saying that for years. Now that seems to have been dangerous because it's like how to get a hate speech charge from my YouTube channel is do a rant, Joe Rogan is a shield exposed. And if it doesn't get shadow banned by YouTube, that's my experience. Mike started calling out a system shield worked exposed on. It doesn't get shadow banned by YouTube, it gets the hate speech charge, something like this. It's a pattern. And there's 2 videos where I go, Joe Rogan exposed as a shield. And my ending seems like an Alex Jones rant or something like this. Okay, it's pretty much that, and not be trying to be like that necessarily. But just if I analyze it, then I'm self-reflective and I'm back to look at Alex Jones. It's like an Alex Jones rant pretty much. Okay, Joe is a shield. It's a coward. It's a shield. It's a shield. Deep state shield. So it's like being. And I got several videos pulled ranting away by Joe Rogan. So that seems to be a touchy issue. Mike saw way before the time where people now say it's a shield. Mike saw being out here worked the way people up to that Joe is a shield. This seems to be a touchy issue. But now the cat's out of the bag, so it's too late to stop a lot of people from taking over as a shield by stopping Mike Saab from having his video saying over as a shield. One of the different agendas, meet the new establishment, the fake anti-establishment or fake non-establishment. That's not a thing I've been saying for a long time. I have like this little microisms where I boil down a perception, insight that I've had and I figure out a way to formulate it and then memorize it, or it becomes memorized, and then I can hit you with it. But here's another one. I might say something. This world is taught by design, not by incompetence and by chance. And there's wisdom in that. It's a short statement that is profound. This world is taught by design, not by incompetence and by chance. So a lot of people are lacking this understanding. If people wake up, and it's rare that people wake up to just how toxic the world is to begin with, the rare person is able to see about just how toxic the world is. They will fail to see that it's by design. And a lot of people, if they start waking up to that, there seems to be an agenda to cover up how to be healthy in the system. And there seems to be a push to have people be sick and unhealthy. But, oh yeah, it's the financial level. It's money. It's money, people in sick, so big pharma companies can sell more big pharma like something like this. It's the conspiracy. That's the level we go to. It's deeper than that. It's deeper than that. The deep state are psychopaths. They're satanic psychopaths. And the Illuminati are Luciferian, satanic. The God of this world is the devil, the Bible says. That's really the deepest level. The God of this world is the devil. So notice how people, that the rare person that wakes up gradually, partially, and they start seeing that the world is toxic, and that they're seeing a little bit of how toxic it is. Okay, there's a person is waking up to see that there's an agenda. They start feeling there's an agenda to have people sick and not know how to be healthy and improve their health. So this. Then they go to big pharma companies, and you be fed that guided down this golden path by cyanide agents, so chemical agents. where they already put protective filters in you from childhood to default to somebody's making money is the answer if there's a conspiracy. Okay, so it's like if people, and it's rare that people wake up and start seeing that the world is toxic, that they're getting close to seeing how toxic the world is. Okay, few people that got into that level, which is rare to begin with, then can see the true nature of the conspiracy, like the why and the why, and they will fail to grasp that. They will, well, yeah, they wake up, the rare person wakes up to see there's like an agenda. I feel like there's like an agenda to have people be sick and weak and not know how to be healthy and heal themselves. And then they go to, well, yeah, it's the financial area. Somebody's making money, big pharma companies are making money off of prescription drugs. And then if there's less sick people with health problems, there's less customers from the pharma companies. That's part of the truth. But the deepest truth is the God of this world is the devil and the whole light and wickedness. The thief coming out for the kill, to steal, to destroy, and come out of life and have more abundantly. That's the answer. So the Bible teaches the God is always the devil. So Satan is the God of this world. Minor G. Okay, minor G. So the Bible teaches Satan is the God of this world, which means he's the head honcho and boss of the world system, the matrix system here. Satan is the head of the world system. Okay. And what does the Bible teach about his nature, his character, and his MO, what he's looking to do, his agenda? The thief, Satan, the thief in John 10:10. The thief coming up before to kill and to steal and to destroy. And then Jesus Christ is the person saying this in the first person. I am come that you might have life and have more abundantly. The thief cometh not, that's Satan, but for to kill. And it's not talking about a person who's a shoplifter. They must be got by Satan or something. No, the thief. Satan is to steal human life with the sin of murder. Your sin nature comes from Satan. So he's working to steal souls to the lake of fire. He's looking, if he sees beauty and intelligence, he's looking to take it and rob it. Satan is the corrupter. He's the one that wants people to be sick and ugly and anything. And this ties into another kind of sidetrack where Jeff Grapp talked about dark ecstasy, secret religion of the New World Order, or something like this. And that's also like a framework, like a way, like a lens to understand this little bit wrong. So dark ecstasy is basically where there's people like psychopaths, serial killers, they derive almost like a religious euphoria from committing evil acts, which would be demonic, okay? You understand? So it's like, for example, plague masks. Some of the people are like dark ecstasy people. They like to look at plague masks, and some elites have like paintings on the walls with like rotting carcasses, and it just makes you feel good to look at like a body that's rotting or something. There's a worms growing or something like this. Okay. So, anyways, the point. Allegedly, the point. Here's the point. The answer is Satan runs the world system. He's the head, the spiritual head of the world system, and he is the thief in John 10:10. The thief coming up before to kill. But what does that mean? I teach you. The thief cometh not but for. It's the same thing as saying the only reason he comes is to. See? So not only can I teach sola scriptura, the doctrine, I don't need the Bible. I have enough Bibles to teach on all kinds of doctrines, the doctrine of salvation, and this and that. Just unprepared top of my head. And no wonder that the Selah pastor like because they're outsider. It's like they're pathetic compared to me. It's like the talent is mediocre. They're not as attractive. They can't teach Christians how to be strong and healthy. It's like they're incompetent. Understand? It's like everybody would like to know how to be more energetic and more beautiful and smarter. And I can teach people that. See, people take my advice, get more beautiful, look and feel better, and get smarter, have more energy. Their suffering is decreased. I can teach people how to suffer less. People are suffering from anxiety, mental health problems, fatigue, low energy. It's like I can teach people. I hold the keys to I have the three pillars of greatness: beauty, intelligence, and the third pillar is going to be secret. So everybody has a point. And they fear men like me. because history is changed by cold individuals. Everything ultimately comes down to cold individual. So history is changed by people like me that are empowered, that are really capable, and not by the masses. Everything ultimately comes down to the cold individual. I think that's is it a Jung or Nietzsche quote? Nietzsche quote. Everything ultimately comes down to the cold individual. An army of zeros do not unfortunately equate to a single one. See? And notice who the person is that's being taught by an army of zeros in the hand of psychopathic, morally madmen. A term that I've heard people use to describe psychopaths is morally insane, morally madman. Okay, it's morally insane. Where psychopath doesn't, psychopathy is not paranoid schizophrenia, and it's not like a mental health problem where somebody's going around believing they have a chip in the brain and they hear voices, somebody talking to them. But it can be a person who is functional and appears to be like calm, cool, composed, and commonly correlated with like mental illness as being super stressed. Okay, okay. If you have some serious problems, I thought the person will be in a stress state as they're presenting as mentally ill in the psych or something. So anyway, his support. That correlating with psychological, like real mental health problems are stress states, being a stress state. So most of the time, if somebody ends up in a psych ward, correlating with them and up in the psych ward is having been super stressed before they went to the psych ward, and still being super stressed in the psych ward. And part of like the how you can see that this person not right is just how stressed they are. And then the stress could be stress about delusions that they're having, that there's aliens in the room or something like this. But commonly calling with like a real mental health crisis is stress, okay, fight flight mode, high cortisol, and so on and so forth. So anyways, the point. I'm not gonna play small and since it is, yeah, I'm a person that's dangerous to the deep state, and I end up being targeted. And the deep state that control the world, they know that there's people like me. Maybe every history gets a member like me, maybe every 100 years, every 500 years, something like this. Like the Neo the Matrix person, the guy in the They movie, or not showing the Theocracy movie. They're dealing with, and this is the part of being that person that has a high IQ, common crime with a high IQ, genius beyond mind is really good pattern recognition and recall, which is a big part of what the nuts and bolts I'm able to make lectures like this and teach things and arrive at an insight that I can't teach later. Is good recall ability coupled with good pattern recognition. See, that's how I end up watching a whole movie and finding hidden truth in there. I'm recognizing patterns and I'm remembering facts that I've been exposed to before, like a newspaper article I read in 2012 or something like this. So that could be the missing piece. That there's like this with previous experience that I remember, retaining memory. It's like I remember reading something about testosterone. It's like, oh, I get it. They're hiding it in plain view. They're mocking, like psychopaths mocking the victim. They're hiding it in plain view. I look at my electric washing machine softener. See, they're hiding it in plain view. Softener, if I research softener, the studies indicate the softener is low with testosterone levels. And I remember that, according to my research, if something low with testosterone makes it softer. So if testosterone goes down, body fat percentage goes up in a man. See, especially in the stomach region. So a good indicator of lower T is more belly fat. More belly fat, less T. Okay, less testosterone. So if something lowers with testosterone, it's conducive to raise your body fat percentage, yielding what? A softer physique. Okay. Softener. What? Okay, softener. Killer with testosterone. What is another thing that I remember? See, notice if I'm opening the washing machine, that's the moment I go, aha, I have an epiphany. They hide it in plain view. It's like they soften the masses and they're telling you in plain view. Or in the supermarket and see softener. It's like it could be a moment where seeing this thing now, connected with things I've seen and read and watched and thought before, is what births the awareness, like the aha moment, understand? And here's my point. Okay, here's my point. Yeah, so do you understand why they want people to be dumb? To be low IQ, LTIC men. I've coined it. They want the mass to be LTIC men. low testosterone IQ. Because L-type men are easily controlled by the deep state. So that the working type men have low testosterone IQs. And then how they read it's like if you're a good boy, it's like they let you get to a point in society, financial level, where you can possibly get TRT or something like this and be a shield person, like really successful them. And everybody else has low T. But since you serve the deep state, like the Combine in Half-Life, do you understand? This is what I can see. The whole world is hidden in plain view truth that I can decode. Understand? It's like I'm like the guy like Enigma, the guy who cracked the Enigma cipher in World War II, Alan Turing, who cracked the code where it's like going through the air. It's right, it's in plain view. See the Nazi Enigma machines, and it's going through the air, but it's like they can't decode it. But a person was able to figure out how to crack the code and see what the code says. That's the type of person I am, and that makes me dangerous. That's why I can make videos and interview this new one. Like I watched a new movie, like Quentin Tarantino's Hateful Eight, and first viewing I found hidden truth in there. Okay, not like 3 weeks after or the third time watching it. The first time watching it, I found hidden truth in there, and he hid a little reference to the crucifixion, the gospel event. He hid there's like a hidden subplot, okay, and layers in there. And obviously it's going to be to a plausible level. So if I would start reaching out people, this is somebody goes like, this guy on the internet says this hidden messages in the movie or something like this. It would be like a guy smoking crack in the woods or something like this. It's a crack pot smoking crack in a pot in the woods, stuff like this. So he smokes so much crack, it's like a ceramic pot that's this big loaded with crack and like a vacuum cleaner tube. Dude, understand? He call like this that type of guy. That's the see people. Okay, so the more people believe it. So anyway, unfortunately, a lot of people would. So anyway, the point. I had the ability to decode like in the matrix. So who is in the matrix? The guy that can see what the code says, decode and tell you. Other people do see that stuff because of this to ages or something like this. Or the daily guy, the daily mood ends up being persecuted. It's the guy that has the ability to see the truth in society. Okay, and of course, how they will get people to tolerate, you got to tell them. That's like what they're not telling that they live with. It's like the real life application would be to tell them that he's a pedo and he wants to eat their babies and things like this. And for the greater good, we need to mess with this guy. It's not because he's dangerous to our agenda to poison children and the elderly. It really, which is like there's a lot of projection. So the deep state they use smear campaigns and tells people most likely the common smear campaign angle is to target a PDF document. So it's like for the greater good of society, keep your children safe. This guy Mike Sullivan this day, but he wants to do bad things to kids. So we got a secret army keep an eye on bad people. I would be surprised that's how to sell it to at least a lot of these people. Meanwhile, the same people that be saying that about me, it is not true. I'm not attracted to I don't have this. As a matter of fact, I'm more like asexual in behavior than most people are. Meaning the frequency of joint manipulation, what is like the frequency of engaging in self-pleasure is lower than 90% of men in my age bracket. And I never watch porn. Most men are porn addicts, okay? Sexual deviant perverts. I don't watch porn, okay? So I'm less sexually like immoral in my lifestyle than the average person is. So notice how this would be an inversion, where if they're using lifestyle, I'm a sexual pervert, want to do bad things. It's like I'm more pure sexually by like judging by metrics, like important metrics like frequency of masturbation. People like deviant perverts are going to end up all the time thinking about sex, bad type of sex, and playing with themselves all the time. And they're going to be looking at bad stuff on the internet all the time. And it's going to be like every day. It's like the worse you get sexually corrupted, the more frequently you're going to be doing sexual stuff. See? So anyway, it's the point. The deep state, they now have started to get exposed as being like PDF documents and running Epstein Island and like all these conspiracies. So people allege that it's like the deep state are doing running Epstein Island and stuff. That's the same deep state power leads. They recruit people to go after target videos using the line that they're PDF documents. Therefore, it's okay to poison them and abuse them and harass them and everything else. Okay. Meanwhile, the elites have been on Epstein Island. See? So it's like the upside down world. So anyway, the point. There's an agenda to weaken you. And if you're a man, if something lowers with testosterone, basically then lower testosterone, which feminizes you and weakens you across the board. If something lowers with testosterone, it makes your body fat go up. We're gonna go to Rambo because I'm fixing to get a medical disclaimer. Studio.rambo. Yeah, so if something lowers with testosterone, it makes you your body fat goes up. So less testosterone, more body fat. More body fat, less testosterone. Chicken, egg, chicken. Okay. And what are some things that lower men's testosterone, according to research? Soft. So, if something lowers men's testosterone and makes his body fat goes up, dealing with a softer physique. What do they call the thing that they got in the masses? Most people see, they're not myself, using the washing machine. Well, what the manufacturer is softer compartment. They put softener there, which are weaponized objects from something. I look at some food items that are popularized as a weapon system, like breakfast cereal, for example. I look at it as a weapon system, like an evil villain has sat down with a henchman and be like, let's weaken the masses, let's get them to eat this for breakfast, okay? After eggs and bake eggs and bacon, watermelon cereal, high sugar basically, high sugar everything, and high calcium. What is a bowl of cereal? Like typically how people consume this, it's a significant amount of calcium. It's a bowl of yogurt or milk. And a lot of people will use like chocolate milk or some yogurt that has sugar in it and like fruit pieces. And so, but milk still has high calcium. A lot of people have too much calcium. A lot, a given amount. A lot of people have too much calcium already. Okay, see, a lot of people have too much calcium. And breakfast cereal, which is something that by the society manipulation, they got people to consume this for breakfast. A lot of people on regular big bowl with milk, which is high calcium, which most people have talked. A lot of people, I mean, have too much of already. Okay, and if you have too much of that, it can really hurt you. See a YouTube search, Tom Levy calcium. Okay, you hit enter, and you look, and here's another one, Tom Levy iron in cereal. Tom Levy iron in cereal. So iron and calcium. So cereal commonly is consumed with a significant amount of calcium in liquid form. So you have a bowl of milk, quite a lot of milk. You have cereal, which a lot of times is enriched with iron. So it's high calcium, but these people talks about the science, what I'm saying. See? Okay, but maybe Tom Levy, if you talk to him, I don't know if he would be allowed to go this deep, but okay, if you could. But it's like Tom Levy, it's like I wonder what he would say if he would dare to get close to Mike Sal on the internet, a persona non grata with a 10-foot pole with a bar of soap named Adam at the end of it, because he doesn't know where I work. I don't know if from a bar of soap named Adam at the end of a 10-foot pole. See, this guy told watch, who's the guy. Anyway, it's the point. I don't know from a bar of soap called Adam, that with stamps like the soap brand is Adam. I don't know from a bar of soap called Adam at the end of a 10-foot pole. And it's a bar of soap at each end of the pole. It's a slippery bastard. He'd be a slippery bastard on the end of it, understand? Just perspiring, and as soon as the soap touches his skin, he'd be really like slippery. So he'd definitely be found to be a slippery bastard at that point in time. I get pictures of it. It totally exposed a slippery bastard. Like it would be technically true, so you couldn't see me outside. We just say it's slippery bastard. They got pictures of him being slippery or something. This coming soon. The one has a port by his own free will. Okay? And he posted on his Instagram. That's the point. Yeah. So iron and CO. You can look at some videos. People are focusing on this iron and calcium. Tom Levy, for example. I don't like how to recommend it because he's been up to no good. Okay, he's been up to no good. And I don't like when people get up to no good and ways to involve me directly. So that's the point. Tom Levy has videos on this. Anyway, it's the point. Calcium, a lot of people have too much calcium, a lot of people have too much iron. So if you're starting out having the opposite of deficiency problem, you have too much of something, calcium, iron. And then the person, already let's say at 40 years old, person X has too much iron calcium in the body. And then the standard diet is keep putting a lot of calcium and iron into the body on the regular. And they're not doing anything to detox iron really. They're not perspiring enough. They're not detoxing at a rate higher than the influx of toxins into the system. See? So if you're having toxin influx, they have the toxins flowing to the body, which is bad to begin with. Okay. It's less bad if you have toxins leaving your body at a higher rate than they're entering. So if you would have 1 milligram of toxin X entering into your body against your will by some evil supervillain poisoning you, and you have 1 milligram of the toxin leaving you in every 24-hour period, and it's only 24 milligrams administered per day, and it's 24 milligrams leaving in 24-hour period, you wouldn't be as affected if you get 24 milligrams per day that stays in your body. Or if it's 24 new milligrams per day, and it's like a long half-life thing. It gets stuck in the tissues and stays in the big toxin there. You get 24 milligrams fresh toxin every day, and you're detoxing a milligram per month or something like this. Okay. That's a ticking time bomb. It's going to get worse and worse. Here's another thing that people understand. People falsely believe that they're healthy because they're normally sick. Okay. See, that's another thing that I've realized. There's sometimes I make videos. I'm talking to people. I'm going to guest on live shows for this, and I go, it's like to be strong, fit, and healthy, you have to take a supplement. And the common response, I'm already strong, I'm already healthy. And what they mean is they don't have a health crisis going right now, where they know themselves clear enough for them to know they're sick. Understand? That there's like they have a health problem. Which should be like they get hospitalized or they come down with the flu and they're coughing and this Lord knows this stuff. They understand. Now they know it's like they have to be hit with a head with a 2x4. You're sick, you mother effer or something for them to get it. And then now that's what they consider that sick. And if they're not that, then they're healthy. Okay. Now, when in reality, here's how I perceive things. To be accurate, health is gauged by performance, by me. To a large extent, as a diagnostic. Energy levels is a diagnostic for health. If you get sick, you get tired. People get sick and tired, be sick and tired sometimes. See? So correlating with disease is fatigue and a low energy state. Correlating with mental health problems, depression, low energy state. Low energy physiological state. Depression, low energy go hand in hand. What's that? That's mental health problem. Is there anything that's a mental health problem? It's not a disease. And that's the topic of discussion, like linguistics. But here's the point. And it is basic. I'd like to refer to all kinds of stuff as that, but it's like I can't do it. Where's the point? Yeah. I figured out I cracked the code. So anyways, the point. If some floor message, so weaponized, okay, they have, the deep state have you poison yourself. They condition people to live a lifestyle that's gonna make you weak and sick, and that's why people are as weak and sick as they are. So they want you unhealthy. If you have too much calcium and too much iron, it makes you unhealthy. And if you're unhealthy, you're not as clear-minded. And they want you weak, mental and physical. So it's this was talked by design. Not by compass, not by chance. So I don't believe if you can see clearly the trees and the forest, that the same person will end up going, so you just have to repeat as well. You'll be able to perceive internal design. And I'm a person that's been able to perceive internal design in nature. God's internal design is benevolent. And the same person that's like really ends up seeing the benevolent design, respond to end up being a Christian, is also exhibiting an ability to perceive nefarious internal design. See? Or that is of the satanic system. So part of becoming a Christian can be an awakening process where you start responding to reality truth, the heavy sectarian glory God and affirmative descending work. For the visible things came from creation, more clearly seen, being understood, but things are made of turn upon God's own excuse. And if you start seeing like this internal design, like into the level, and you keep like letting the truth run its course and you're seeking it, you can end up getting sick by choosing to believe so. Anyway, here's the point. And so basically, I can perceive intelligent design in nature, God's intelligent design. And I can also discern the intent design of Satan in the word system. And a lot of people are blind to both, unfortunately. So there's like things, there's like, why are other people not amazed by the fact that there's walnuts that look like they're good for the human brain? They're all good for the human brain if you research walnuts. They're rich in fats, are good for the human brain. And they look exactly like the human brain. With the cranium and 2 hemispheres, 2 brain halves. And like it's like very accurate over like a miniature model, like a 1/16 human brain kind of, or something like this. Maybe it's 1/32, I don't know. But a walnut looks just like a human brain, and it's good for the human brain. It looks like somebody designed this to be medicine for the human. Okay, and how does that fit with evolution? Okay, the evolution model. That it's like, walnuts evolved over time to be really good for the human brain and end up somehow want to look like the human brain. Okay, and the human brain evolved to look like a walnut or something like this. Doesn't make any sense. Kidney beans are most likely good for your kidneys. Okay. There are things like lettuces and stuff, like vegetables that look like lungs, they're going to be good for lungs, going to have an ingredient that's good for lungs. I don't get the foolish idea that it's like that you're going to get enough from a diet alone. And that's like when I start teaching this, I am aware of like the preemptive defense that a large percentage of the retarded viewers will be like, oh, the right way to get my vitamins is to eat fruits and vegetables. And I didn't tell that. I didn't say that. So if I start teaching about, well, if you're going to cook, here's some healthy spice to get your food. Turmeric, ginger, black pepper. Turmeric contains curcumin, which is anti-inflammatory. Ginger contains gingerols, which are anti-inflammatory. And black pepper contains people, which enhances the important. Oh, it's a lot of substance and not just fluff. See? A lot of substance. That's what Mike said. That's the substance. It's a lot of substance. Facts. Relevant facts that boil down to you learning how to be healthy and good information. So that's how I'm reacting to like a narcissistic, psychopathic, abusive, filthy man who was doing a little public humiliation video in this recent live stream, basically, against the target video. Okay, really disgusting. But I don't see him showing up anywhere close to me, talk like that in real life. See, I know he wouldn't. So he's a freak, coward. So where's the point? My point is this. You can tell I'm outrageous. People should keep listening. Here's the point. This was talks about design. This was talks about design. Remember that. So look at calcium. If I look at like how a lot of people have been eating breakfast, myself included, at times, like sometimes I would have before we head off to school, and I'd be like asking my mom, "Can you buy the cereals for this?" Okay. So, as a young man, I would go buy cereals sometimes. Now, this is before I've been growing, so, and getting less morbid in my lifestyle in a lot of ways. I went from putting sugar to every cup of coffee to getting less than 20 grams of sugar per day. Maybe I used to get like 20 grams of sugar just from the coffee I was drinking every day, alone in liquid form, until I quit that. And now I get less than 20 grams of sugar, period. So what's the point? Cereal is a weapon that they guide me to consume to keep you weak. It's a bowl of milk with something you pour in there. There's a lot that's enriched with iron. A lot of people have too much iron and calcium and sugar. So it's sugar, iron, and calcium. A lot of breakfast cereals, it's sugar, iron, and calcium in the same meal. See, like a triple punch. And then people get confused because like, if they watch my videos, they're like, this guy's crazy. He thinks the vitamins are really good for you. They hear you talk about iron and calcium, which they know is in multivitamins. And it's like that they don't supplement at all with this thing, okay? But I like supplement a lot with this other thing. Like people always like cognitive distance. What is what I thought to have you figured out? This guy's like all supplements, a lot of it is what he's about. It's like no. Then I got no iron. If you supplement iron, you don't take it. That's the point. I don't recommend it. Now you should run everything that you hear me saying is licensed by a doctor. So if you are before acting or anything, you've heard this licensed, consult a licensed medical professional. Okay. Which what I'm sharing here is just my personal opinion. Understand? and only that. and run everything by a doctor, a licensed medical professional. I can't do it. Okay, so I can't check out that. I'm trying to be serious for the disclaimers because I feel like I'm a gunboard as I'm doing this for this. But it's like this. Typically, I do disclaimer. It's like, he will look at this disclaimer now, and it's tense and serious, and a sense of danger. So it's like, yeah, it's like I'm not supposed to burst out laughing in your disclaimer, so. We're gonna have to figure out a way to save this now. Because possibly I'll get in trouble, but it was too goofy disclaimer. It's like, hold on. We gotta pull up like the the Hail Mary pass of disclaimers now to compensate. Medical disclaimer, general, okay? And this is serious, okay? The medical disclaimer general. The information provided for education information purposes only. And is not intended as medical advice. I make it stern now. I am not a doctor or licensed healthcare professional. Always seek the advice, and I should really be on camera for this. Exactly. The information provided is for education and information purposes only, and is not intended as medical advice. I am not a doctor or licensed healthcare professional. Always seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider with any questions in your head regarding a medical condition, diagnosis, or treatment. Never disregard professional medical advice or delay seeking it because of something you have read or heard here. Use of any information at your own risk. Now go to the short medical disclaimer. This content for education purposes only and does not replace professional medical advice. Always consult a qualified healthcare professional. Period. So that's the Hail Pass disclaimer. There's also an extra cautious one at the bottom. I don't feel like we have to do that one. So where's the point? I'm gonna end that one. So I left it on. I forgot to turn off the rumble stream. So it was kind of standby mode off. So yeah, cereal. I don't recommend eating cereal. And I do believe that's a deep state of Hegel masses eating cereal, normalizing that, pauperizing that, eating cereal, high sugar, high calcium, iron. Softener, they got using softener, the lower mass testosterone. So if lowers mass testosterone makes your body fat goes up, yielding a soft physique. Okay. So if you keep attacking testosterone goes down and down, you make it hard for your body fat not to go up because the lower T gets, the higher your body fat gets. So it's easy to keep high testosterone with a lean physique to prevent the loss, like the chicken and egg. If you get fat, your testosterone will go down from being fat. If your testosterone goes down, you start becoming fat easily. That's me. So, what happens if you low mass testosterone makes you fat, have more fat? Which is the same thing, get softer physique. The opposite of Mike Scientific August build, stay hard, rip with a six pack, rip James bitch. Okay. Opposite of my build, lean, hard physique. Yeah, so if you lower mass testosterone, his body fat goes up. Which same thing as saying softness of low mass testosterone. It can. Softer exposure, I believe you can low mass testosterone. And it's like, I shouldn't even be able, without the disclaimer I did before, get a medical strike in the recent world for saying that softener dose of testosterone is bad for you. How could that be like egregious harm, a bad risk? Even if I was wrong, how could me tell you that softener is bad for you? How could that hurt everybody? What it says on the bottle talks if it gets called poison control. And it's like the radical guy myself says it's bad for your health somehow. But it has like a poison control hotline on it. And if you accidentally get this in your body, call this emergency number, okay? See? It's like, okay. And is it something that if I was wrong, that softener is bad for your health in this or that way? That could lead to egregious harm. Is it something that could lead to, does the human body have like vitamins, that is like essential vitamins? You need to have this much ascorbic acid per day to be healthy, to prevent scurvy, for example. does the human body has a need, an RDA need for softener exposure? It's something that you can't be healthy without. No, it's like you need to have perfume on your body or you're gonna get sick. Is there anybody teacher, any doctor anywhere in the world? Like you have to spray perfume on yourself for health. So if a guy says that I believe that softener is bad for health, lowers your testosterone, how could that end up hurting somebody even if I was wrong? See? So, and you don't even need the softener to kill the bacteria. The softener is like drenching clothes in perfume to make it smell good at the end of the cycle. It's the main cycle. So it's not even part of killing the bacteria. That's the deterrent part. That's the heavy lifting. Like kill bacteria, loosen up dirt stains and fats, as it is. And the softener is like the last part of the rinse cycle. It lets in pretty much basically perfume into the tank. And then doesn't fully rinse it out. And even if you did, it's like that's a persistent chemical blend that you have there. So it's like, even if you would wash it, it's like a personally we have to smell it if you rinse. If you washed it again and again to try to get the softener off. So softener lowers your testosterone, I believe. And if something lowers your testosterone for sure, it's conducive to you having a high body fat percentage, which means a softer body. And so the thing that softens a man literally is called softener. Okay, and you wash your clothes and put it on your body. See, the softener goes on you. You're being softened. See, what is the other thing I've learned that lowers men's testosterone? Sugar, soft serve ice cream, soft drinks. See, softener, soft serve ice cream. These are all things that lower testosterone, and they're called soft. I don't believe that's by chance. They do not have an MO to hydrogen that they can't tell themselves. Now, the reason I'm taught is because I'm able to see the truth in this world, know the truth, and teach the people. And more likely than not, whatever that partial truth that they're be like, oh, Mike, you really messed up here. It's like a lot of these things is like they succeeded in entrapping me, understand? It's a lot of my mistakes in my life. It's like before we turn the tide on them, to set him up for the smear campaign and be able to recruit people, we need to get him acting out in different ways. I'm not joking, I believe that. I mean, it's like the most like heavy power punches in the smear campaign, the truthful like details, leaving out circumstances, significant circumstances, like we succeeded in us trying to get him to do this. Okay, that's a very relevant detail, understand? See, it'd be like, I don't know, let's say that in the smear campaign, like before I became Todd Video, the program sent somebody to be like, we need to be able to have something that we can be like, oh, Mike's a super bad guy to recruit people and justify the targeting. So let's try to tempt him, provoke him. Let's have an agent come into his life and push his buttons, hoping he will lash out and like act out somehow. So we can have it on camera to be like, oh, this guy's an asshole. Look, he said, out walk one day, this person goes, you piece of shit. And then they understand. And it's like they're succeeding in getting me to fall for like a trap. Okay, like try to, in hindsight, in 2020, as I look back, I can see that the poll was working my life before they flipped the targeting on. Like prep work before the targeting. Prep work before the targeting, try to get me in trouble different ways and stuff like this. They would basically soften me up, I understand. Like before you charge the beaches, you soften up the defensible artillery barrage. So it's like before and then. So before like the main move was starting the targeting gang stalking program, they were already working, preparing, meaning before they made me well started, they were already working to kind of prepare for the targeting in different ways. And we can get into some specifics, or they can be trying to get you in trouble in different ways and keep it general. Another thing they can do is to expect the things they would do before they turn on you. They'd like to wait until you're financially weak until they start targeting you. So they would like it if you were indebted. They would prefer it if when they start to target you in debt, say. They prefer that. So, and they're working to create these conditions that will make you targetable, understand? money answers all things, which means now being a tornado, it's like I'm having to spend more and more money to survive every month, and I have less and less money every month. See, does that sound like does that sound good to you? Like month by month, I have less and less money, and I need to spend more and more money to stay sane and alive. See, okay. So anyway, suppose money is all things. So if you're a total video, you have to spend a lot of money. You have to spend a lot of money. It's like once I figure out that the program goes into my house to poison me or whatever else bad they do in there, it's like now I have to have something that I don't have right now that I can have and record inside my home that can always be on. See, and it is something I have to spend money on. And then over time, there's going to be damage. You're going to have to I had to spend a lot of money on supplements to prevent further damage and to heal past damage and to maintain a good mental state and things like this. So now I do believe that God can help me to keep going and survive as long as that He intends to. God can help me, basically. I do believe, I'm certain that God can help me to survive. Yeah, so where else are we going with this? Yeah, so before they start the targeting, they're doing prep work. And what are the prep work? And a lot of TS, if you find my videos, you might be able to figure it out from just me letting you know. If you think I'm so back. If you do some thinking about what happened before the targeting, before you notice that you've been targeted, there might be some things that you're able to figure out. So that's the point. The program, before you become a target video, I believe that before they turned the target me, they were working to weaken me, basically. Financially, isolate me, work to sabotage the relationship I had, a long-term relationship, a girlfriend I lived with, wife, girlfriend, whatever. Working to sabotage the relationship and succeeding. Working to sabotage my finances. So when you're talking video, that's part of like the basics. It's like they've been working to sabotage your finances. Now what I'm saying is they start even before you become a target. Because if they want to target with this gang stalking program, it's more effective and it can't possibly be to the point where they can't really pull it off. So actually, paradoxically, I thought about this. People go, it's like normies, if you tell them so-called normies, I'm talking about program, and some people's response will be, knee-jerk response will be, oh, maybe if you were like Trump or that person, you were rich and famous or for this, they'd be targeted. No, that's the people that they don't target with this. That's something as simple as, if you're the opposite of very isolated, like even if you have a social media platform like 1 million subs on YouTube or something like this, if they want to start targeting and harassing you, they would fly monkeys. You could get the word out about gang stalking to like 1 million people the first week you start being targeted. Understand? And it's not like, oh, many years into targeting, I get into sort of YouTube channel and having to grow a channel as I'm being persecuted. Because the police, they don't want the word to get out. They don't want this conspiracy exposed. So somebody has made a platform, has the power to expose to a lot of people. Which is why I don't believe, which is exactly why I wrote in Tony Jeffries' comment section, they would attach my training videos to 10-foot pole. And he makes like a challenge. He makes videos where it's like, send in training footage for me to comment on, kind of. It could be on somebody else's. And it's like, okay. I brought a very bold comment. You would touch my trainers to 10-foot pole. And we'll see if I was right or not. If it be another time I told you so or not. But I can explain the rationale behind that prediction. This, if I'm right that the deep state controls influence and they deal influence over who is big on social media, and if he's like a shield, if he would do something that brings exposure or traffic to me, like extra eyeballs, there'd be no conducive to the agenda of the deep state that control influencers. Do you understand? So the logical reason that. So if I'm right that Tony Jeff is a shield, I said it before. I called myself a shield. Who would he be a shield for? The deep state power leads that control major influencers, control who gets to get to this level and make some people grow and others not. If he was controlled by them, the same people don't want me to reach a lot of people with the truth about what I know. They don't want people to know what I know about brain health. They don't want people to know what I know about how the movies are showing hidden preview truth. They don't want people to know about gang stalking on videos for this. So if somebody's a shield, they wouldn't dare to touch my telephone call. Even if I was the highest level or something, the best a cappella singer in the world and a cappella singing every day on YouTube. Okay. And then I shoot my shot, and that before work at the exposure room, I had to come to you guys. It wouldn't happen. I would never end up on a podcast like CO1. So it's not a matter of ability or the lack of hard work. Do you understand? This is reality. This is reality. It's like if I was the best at something, like entertainment, the funniest comedian, I just end up being the funniest person in the world, or the best singer, or the best looking person, anything like this. There's no level, any ability or talent, skill, or any being interesting enough that would land me on a major podcast, because major podcasts are fucking controlled by the deep state. Do you understand? The deep state control this whole fucking world. They control it all like the Daily Movie. So it's not that there is an organic meritocracy where it's like, well, if you're good enough, you end up getting exposure to something like this. No, it's like you have to correlate with being good and you're having something going. You have to be like good enough to not make it look like an obvious conspiracy that you're as famous as you are. Now it's got to the point where people are so fucked up and destroyed. Okay, I had to say these idiots that they have people like Asmo or Pegosina. Like, yeah, this guy is just organic. He's going. It's like, if you think about it, it's like a movie plot, it'd be hard to spread disbelief. Doesn't make any sense, like bad writing on the script. It's like, that's the guy who ends up being the biggest streamer on YouTube. The guy who's mediocre across the board and sub-mediocre in a lot of areas. It's like worse looking than the average person, less talented. Like no talent, no ability, no charisma, low looks, low everything. Low IQ, low everything. And it ends up being like the beast. It's like, people can't see the simple truth right in front of their eyes. That is, you shouldn't have to investigate and all this stuff. Like, it should be face value at some point. And this is why they wanted a fucking sugar. Because the human mind, even with a mediocre IQ level, like around 100 or something like this, a normal functioning human mind is gonna have some like intuitive senses. They're gonna be clear enough mentally if they're not like drug up on sugar and vitamin C deficient extremely and all these other things. They're gonna be like, something's not right here, all this stuff. And I think possibly now, if I really want to get conspiratorial, I have a lot of thought with it in my mind and I might vocalize it. So here's the point. Quite possibly, the unintended outcome of the global health crisis is more people haven't gotten into taking care of health, caring more about health fitness and researching ways to be healthy and things like this. And possibly as an unintended side effect, people have become hard to manipulate and control and more people start to wake up to things. Possibly. I mean, a positive, most likely unintended side effect from the deep state perspective of the pandemic, which I believe that they caused. Let happen, made happen, is that more people got into supplements. I remember during the height of COVID, I would go to order vitamin C on supplements, so they were out all over the place. They were out of vitamin C. They were like low on vitamin D. Some places they did a lot of supplements. They were in short supply of. So for some reason, when a lot of people were getting sick, more people start ordering supplements, and you could go different angles and talk about that. But it simply it's like it's this. If people are suddenly thinking a lot about health and being concerned about health and sickness and things, people are more likely to be incentivized to start doing thorough research and like have honest effort at finding the truth about health, fitness, and searching things and stuff like this. So, as a side effect of having a global like health issue, more people got into researching health as a topic and end up learning about supplements and then ordering them. Okay. So yeah, if you take vitamin C and you're deficient, that really makes you smarter, sharper. And it's like here on YouTube, it's like the water down half of this country because I'm a second-class citizen, and people like Tom Levy and major health fitness influencers, they are allowed to teach with a certain YouTube videos. They don't get the videos proof of medical information. But for some reason, some people are not allowed to, like a two-tier justice system, something like this. Some people are allowed on YouTube to say certain things, and other people are not. See, I get like a strike for saying X, and I can find like a huge podcast reaching hundreds of thousands of people saying that, saying it. They don't want strikes. So that shows that the logic is not that what I'm saying is different. Do you understand? It's like it's targeting of the individual that you can see. Because it's like things that Joe Rogan can say in his podcast during like a few years back. If I would say the same thing as his guest said, I get American information strike. But Joe Rogan was allowed to say it. Okay, that's definitely the truth. That type of thing is going on. And if it was like, oh, it's about the issue that your videos get pulled, is because it's because whatever, it doesn't make sense. If it's the same thing that I'm saying that somebody else is saying on a bigger platform. Well, if this was dangerous information, you'd be concerned about if it's like, well, it's dangerous for people to hear this guy's opinion on things. And you'd be like, well, they'd be more dangerous if a person with this opinion is sharing it to more people, understand, on a bigger YouTube channel. But I don't like that, an unjust balance. Okay, so maybe that's a side effect of being a Christian. Like what you call it in the Bible, uneven measure or unjust balance, like people rigging the scales and being uneven. See, whereas like some people can do this and other people can't. It is kind of weird. So anyway, I support. Speaking of the pandemic, I never got vaccinated during the pandemic. I know a lot of people did. I never did. And as a matter of fact, I didn't get vaccinated once since turning 18. So since I took charge and became responsible for my own health and decisions and this, I didn't choose to get vaccinated once. No, nothing. I mean, no flu shot, no yearly flu jab, no this, no that, no nothing. I didn't get vaccinated once since turning 18. So not only did I not get vaccinated with COVID, I didn't get vaccinated once since turning 18, as a matter of fact. I also have been voting. I believe the voting is, so why haven't I been voting? I'm not going to get into talking about why I have to get vaccinated, but why haven't I been voting? I haven't been voting because I believe it's overhyped. I don't believe it works. There's some comedian, what was it, George Carlin possibly, if voting worked, they would have made it illegal or something like this. So the issue is cold hard truth. You get to vote between puppet Biden and puppet Trump, okay? You get to vote between two puppets. And the issue is, are you even allowed to vote? Is that a scam too? I'm not 100 on that. Meaning, I'm not 100% sure
at this point. If like the voting process is legit, if it's like, well, they let the deep state let the American public vote for what puppet to have in the Oval Office pretend to run the country on the press conferences. Okay. Or is it like they decide we're going to have Trump be president and then we will make that happen? Because that's the puppet we want. I'm not sure. At this point, I can't tell you. No, certainly. I can't tell you authoritatively. I haven't fully formed my opinion on that yet. If I look out on Christian leadership today on YouTube, it's pathetic. The laughable excuses, incompetent, not doing a good job. We're gonna cook. It's due to the cooking. Meal prep. And it's good at one big type of rice. It's different from normal diet, but I'm on low food and it's something to fill my stomach with. I like to rinse the rice out thoroughly to remove as much potential arsenic as possible. According to my research, rice can be contaminated with arsenic. Meaning like possibly like twice a month, okay? So if you have a rice heavy diet, you might have too much of that. And it's not gonna be enough to where they can blame that me eating rice now and then if they're not supposed to be arsenic. It's a different level. So I'm gonna have rice. Something that I like about rice is it aids hydration. I noticed that. A lot of times when I wake up the day after eating high carb rice meal, I notice that I'm more hydrated. So one of the issues with doing almost keto fasting is it becomes hard to maintain proper hydration status. It's becomes like a full-time job staying hydrated. So what I like to do in my process of thinning the rice, which if you're not doing it, I recommend that you do. I begin with cold water, and I'm getting the mechanical action where it's not just soaking it and then pouring it in gently and pouring it out. I'm having the water exert pressure force on the rice kernel. Meaning, it's like if I would have a brush and stir it up, it's like if you're having something hit the rice, kind of like you brush your teeth, like water can rub, understand? So I like to have the water. Now on the colder settings, I have to high pressure. I live at the top floor of high school, and the water pressure is higher downstairs. So here, go to the middle, it's higher pressure. So here's my process now. In my rice. Like this, I like to do this. This is sort of method. Like a routine. So basically, I go with the water around, let the water come over, pour, more water, let it go over, pour. Like to make a plus sign in the middle too, and then circle. So basically, they hypothetically I like to show the video. So rice is not necessarily a big part of my diet, but I bought what's called 5 kilo bag of rice. So if that was good, then I ended up buying that because I buy low on high protein, high fat stuff. So I have a lot of rice. it fills my stomach, and I'm eating higher carb than I would do. It's more right to compensate for lack of other things. Okay, now we're going to the hardest. So, why is it perfect? Well, if there's arsenic on outside the wine, some arsenic in the meat, cold temperature, typically if you heat up objects, they become more absorbent, okay, in general terms. If you heat something up, it becomes more absorbent. And if temperature goes down, things close up and absorb less. So if I would start with the hot water, if there's arsenic in there, the rice might be more spongy and open up more to reabsorb it. If there's arsenic, that's free. So if you think about things, if you learn what I've learned, there could be rice in arsenic in rice, and you need to rinse it. Okay, it's good to rinse it. Now, what does that mean? It has to be that somehow the arsenic is leaving the rice as you're rinsing it, and leaving with the water. So if it's hot water, that could make the rice open up more. It could reabsorb the arsenic that is in the water, rather than having it leave. So it's kind of that kind of thing. Yeah, so what I'm gonna have to do is what I had yesterday. It's going to be rice with McFlake tomato sauce. Put this on the max setting. And I like to cover the rice. Yeah. My Chinese ex-girlfriend taught me how to cook rice, okay? Like you rinse it out and you had the water at least cover the rice and stuff like this. Whatever. So there you go. So also, as I taught the video, I like playing the guy was at a taught video drinking game as I watch news reports where they cast Buster a pedo that had been watching CP for 12 years and got into contact and children. The guy was never told in the video, see. I thought this was about keeping an eye on bad people, this stalking program. So it was about keeping an eye on bad people, this program. But any times it's like a really bad person in the news got busted after multi-year criminal activity of the baddest type, like being a pedo or something like this. It's like they were never told in the video. But it's like, you see news stories about some guy in the news who's like alleged to have started out beating up his wife and kids, stuff like this, goes to prison for a while, gets let out, and then he ends up murdering them or something like this. The guy was never told in the video. And it's not really an excuse because they didn't know, because the guy has like been gone to prison, been around before. Just let out, and he wasn't told in the video, that's what they were keeping an eye on in the court. It's like a told video drinking game, or there's a news story in Sweden about some really like a pedo, or that people that you tell people in the smear campaign that it's like, yeah, the target is someone wants to do bad things to kids, that's all you told them. See, that's the situation. The people that really are that thing, they never get they never component video. So when I see news stories about people being busted for bad things, they will never call it video. See, but a Christian taught a video who's a faith-alone gospel having sharer in Sweden, in the satanic nation of Sweden. It's like he ends up in the red video. It's like correlating this rare thing being a Christian, faith-alone Christian in Sweden is being persecuted in Sweden. Okay, but the persecutors got to, yeah, because the guy is bad, see. So it's like, and also correlated would be like rare in being targeted by this program, statistically. It's being like rare in perception, in knowledge about evil conspiracies in this world. Way ahead of my time. I was talking, 6 years ago on YouTube about Ted Gunnison blowing the whistle on elite pedos and human trafficking. Okay. And now people are waking up there with pedestrian Pizzagate that's going on in the world. And what I'm using to wash my hands is less of it, not the retarded stuff that they want to use with all the scents and techniques and 16 different chemicals. So this is natural less of it, good old natural less of it. With, I think it's 3 ingredients, laurel oil, olive oil, and a form of salt soda. Bring this to the bowl. I'll spend the time what I call up to a food department. I was fixing up the washing machine today, and I saw this is, even if I know from my experience, even if I put this into the washing machine, it's going to come out stained for us. I don't do that, but it's still wood. And I know from that happened before burning something. And it looks like that it's going to be like a workout. A lot of evolution. I'm going to bring this to the top with me. I don't have the handle for it, I actually have to use it. Yeah, so I brought it to a simmering boil. And I'm gonna finish up pretty soon. Innan jag går live upp och chat till Cyberstalk, which work for the Gangstalk Focus Center, harassment in the chat. So Cyberstalk is part of the Gangstalk experience. You get stalked and targeted in real life, and you get targeted online too. So, they want people to think that that's not going on. And unfortunately, the only reason that evil can prosper so much in this world is because of the public's complicity, the average Christian, and other people not like me, see. The other people are the problem more than I am. If everybody was like me, the deep state wouldn't be able to get ahead like they have. They wouldn't have so much success in their agendas. So it's because people are so messed up by choice that they're able to get away so much evil. I could possibly have worked harder too if I'm more by it. It's boiling now. So that's become another skill I've had to quickly learn. Being able to remove the part with my fingers where I'm burning myself after it starts boiling, which I figured out how to do. That has been manipulating a hard object
it becomes changing the contact surfaces. Meaning, if you hold the lid here, it's burn hard. If you keep it, you're gonna burn. It becomes you doing things like this, where you're switching, where you don't keep one finger on it for too long. Pull a little bit harder. Now let's supplement. Yeah. Yeah, so they worried about another thing. It's like they know public work out. It's another thing they want to know. They wanted to keep believing these fake control position agents, these fake radicals, these fake. It's like they known as said like Tucker Carlson. It's like they would be marked kind of like oh he's a loose cannon kind of, and these other people. The simple truth is if they're big, they get a lot of exposure. You can count on the fact they're being controlled. And here's another thing, I've said for years. If they're huge, if you go to the gym, the biggest guy in the gym, the huge, statistics most likely on the boards. So if you look on YouTube, the biggest hombres are more like the guys on the or like the roll, okay, the payroll, okay. It is on the deep state payroll. The bigger they are, the more likely they are like synthetic and fake and not authentic again, but they are. Okay. They don't have internal production of greatness that propels them to this own success. It's like externally. It's like the deep state goes, this guy, let's have Aspergold be one of the biggest ones. Because do you understand? Learn to think, people. It's like if I am not interfered with from growing, people end up watching streams like this. Imagine if it was as many people as watching Aspergold streams. It'd be earth-shattering. People hear about things like heating pay-per-view truths and the testosterone levels and how it's being kept down and weaponized food items that they're supposed to talk about this time. This is what I don't want people to hear. But he's safe. So you can tune into Aspergold today, you're not going to hear anything that the deeps are like, oh. And while still kind of feigning that, which I could tell the deep state elites with the Epstein files, understand? The deep state elite with the Epstein files. We're blowing the whistle on that, okay? I also highly doubt the moon landing, talking of conspiracies, speaking of conspiracies. I also highly doubt that humanity has ever been to the moon, set foot on the moon. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt extraplanetary excursions. I highly doubt that humans have ever set foot on another planet, period. I don't believe it. I don't believe we ever went to the moon. That was a major hoax. That's what I believe. Major hoax. And it's like one of the things is why I have to be able to do it again. If we went to the moon once, why wouldn't we have like a swimming pool in the moon by now? And like a grow house with hydroponic vegetables and then people living on the moon. And then live streaming to YouTube from the moon. Imagine the content, like the first, imagine like how great the content would be. Like if I would be on the moon right now and doing a trading stream. And it's like if I can already kind of jump, I can jump high already because of the moon I was doing.
like jumping. I feel like I could probably on the moon jump like 30 feet or something if I got a running start. So they might want you in this mentality of like false hope or and like dream borderland. It's like some kind of utopia where we're gonna go to like toxic positivity. It's like Alex Jones. That's one of my criticisms. Commentary has been on him. It's like he has this utopia where it's like, yeah, we're gonna go to the stars. Humanity's gonna go to the stars. We're gonna populate the moon. We're gonna break off. We're gonna. It's like, what's gonna happen? Things are gonna get worse. The Antichrist is gonna come. It's gonna be mark of the beast, and anybody's not sailing to the Alex Jones is gonna get cast like a fire. Yeah, I'm gonna finish up. Don't forget to subscribe if you're a first time viewer. So YouTube won't subscribe, you have to subscribe. I borrowed that outro from intro from 24 second video. Don't forget to subscribe so that YouTube cannot subscribe and enable notifications so YouTube will not notify when I post something. Now that type of thing actually happens at me. Does it happen to him at this point? I can't vouch for it 100%, but I do believe that I'll be shadow better. And that one of the ways to believe to my goals is to people subscribe to me and let the subscription stick. I suspect that's more. Maybe there's been 30 people subscribing to me the last 6 months, and only 30 or 300 of them stuck. Maybe 30 of them stuck. So I enjoy my freedom. I enjoy being free. A Christian didn't sell out to the deep state and not taking orders to talk about a Christian for them. Like I see a lot of so-called Christians on YouTube do. Being a Christian told you don't see a lot of Christians participating in talking. And it's a concept called dangerous freedom. And I'm having it. Where I'm free, but it's a hard life in a lot of ways, risky, a lot of difficulties, and I'm not a sellout chill to the deep state target for taking orders and submitting to satanic society. I do believe that some of these sellout ministries and persecution, how they justify this. The tons of the good Christians were submitting to the government, the powers that be, quote, and read Romans 13 to, the powers that be ordained down. I do believe that they're misapplying Romans 13. A lot of these Christians to justify being sellouts and doing evil things and what the government is doing, the powers that be. That is what we should do. Here's some opposing facts that could put with so much of a crazy cult members view of the Bible. So just like Christians that are participating in persecution of other Christians, somehow they can justify to themselves by the powers to be ordained of God. Okay, well, Hitler's was the powers to be in Germany, see. So apparently it can't mean that. It's like, the government is like the powers to be, the people are the musicians behind the scenes. You need to submit to them and do what they tell you. Because Hitler was the powers to be. If you believe that whatever the government says, the powers to be on this 13, and it's a description of how they're going to end up being, not a job description of how they ought to be. Like I understand, like they should be like this. If you read that, this is how it will be, and not as how it should be. And you think it applies to the human government? Well, how do you deal with Hitler, the Nazis? because he was the government of Germany. Hitler was the government of Germany. And these other people. I would be surprised if to the Bible Church, Rafikon were part of, if they were part of, if they believe in that era, to the Bible Church. The type of church that will be persecuting Jews because the powers to be tells to, and that's how justified the rulers. The people in charge with the good submit to serving God was submitted to the rulers. They tell us to hand over the Jews, hand over the Jews. I'm not into anti-Semitism. I've been really angry at Jews sometimes for the behavior, but I'm not anti-Semite. I'm not anti-Semite, and I strongly oppose anti-Semitism. Anti-Semitism is a trap. I've seen that too. I talk about how they use that as something to get you into. It's like if somebody starts to become a conspiracy theorist, they start working to get you into weird stuff like the flat earth, anti-Semitism, and things like that. So you can always oppose behavior, so that the issue should be the behavior. So if a Jew does something evil, meaning you shouldn't be like a simp for the Jews, like some Christians take it too far. It's like they act like if you're angry at a Jew, you're persecuted or something like this. If a Jew does something wrong to you and you're upset about it, then now you're a bad Christian or something like this. You don't want to take it too far. Jews are not by God given a carte blanche to be abusive or do bad things. So the right view is you should be for the Jew as a Christian. But you should not be enabling and for evil things that anybody does, if it's the Jews or anybody else. And certainly, I guess it's not, you certainly shouldn't be persecuting Jews, and you shouldn't be against Jews for being Jews. You should not be against Jews for being Jews. Yeah, so I'm fighting for my life and my freedom. I'm fighting for freedom. I'm like the founding fathers in spirit. I'm fighting for freedom. I've been risking my life, hazarding my life. And I believe I'm the same way spirit to the founding fathers. But unfortunately, a lot of people are not like that. They're not willing to risk their life standing for some time, which is how I live. I risk my life, limb, safety, sacrifice comfort. It's hard and dangerous to do what I do, and it costs a lot what I do because it feels meaningful. I don't like letting bullies get away with bullying me. The funny force is like the British either. This is why with them. They like being humanized. So I don't think that a human being is healthy if they like being humanized. And I do believe it's natural for a healthy individual man to feel like resisting feeling. And me fighting for my rights. A threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice anywhere. So me fighting for my rights, I'm also fighting for the rights of other people. Me working to expose gang stalking is destroying my life. I'm also working to expose gang stalking is destroying other people's life. Me working to expose this progress or destroy my life if I'm having any progress in that. I'm working to expose the progress also destroy other people's lives, and if it's exposed, it can't go on. But hopefully, okay, you have to get really bad for it to keep going on if you get exposed. So, unfortunately, it's like I feel like I live in the Idiocracy movie, where this whole world is filled with idiots. And the sad thing is, it's not blamable on the poor genetics that you end up having bad facial symmetry, registering as being ugly, mediocre looks. Like the low quality genes manifest low IQs and bad looks, basically. So quality genes lead to good looks and intelligence. Okay. So it's not just about that the average person's IQ is too low for them to be able to end up not being like a child who's just deceived and fall for every scam that the deep state is throwing at them. It's willful. So people can be born with a mediocre IQ genetically and be raised by the average family, okay? But once they're 18 years old and they have agency out of the house, they can choose to do OMAD fast, they can choose to go low sugar diet, they can choose to research and find truth about supplements and act on it. See? They can choose to respond to the light that is available to them, like right in front of them, and then act on it. So unfortunately, you can't blame all the evil of the deep state alone and only them. The public is complicit in the world being as bad as it is. Sometimes people are conspiracies and it's easy to focus on the evils of the elites. But you have to see a part of it, that you haven't been resisting. If everybody was like me, see, and I really like that I can say that truthfully, if everybody was like me, the world would be a better place. There's scams that most people fell for that I don't fall for. If everybody was as hard to deceive as I am, the world would be better. If every person was having the real gospel, sharing it on YouTube, that would be good. If every person was taking supplements, eating a low sugar diet, it would be a better place. Do you understand? If every person was like me, they don't initiate aggression and conflict. And anytime you see me being aggressive, it's because somebody attacked me. So if every person's like me, where they don't go around looking for fights, attacking people and being bullies and toxic and haters, but it's like if somebody attacks them, they attack back. Only that though, not even be perfect, but it's like you're generally open. It's unless somebody attacks you, you don't start attacking them. See? It would be a better place. So could you say that about yourself, that if everybody lived like you, it would be a better place? So this has a questionable consistency. I had it too hot there. Now we're getting some extra water. So now we're gonna introduce the spices into the mix. And this is my spice mixer, which I use an old empty creatine can for. And it's cilantro, which helps to keep the heavy metals out of my body. Coriander. It's turmeric, ginger, black pepper, some chili in there. Just like this. Cover it pretty much. The average Christian man is a sugar addict and a porn addict. I do believe that the average Christian man still watches porn, and it's not a week that goes by doesn't watch it, which makes you a filthy fornicator. And I don't care how that makes you feel. If you're a Christian and you feel bad because there are men that have discipline and are not as lewd fellow over base disorder as you are, well, you're the problem and address it. I haven't visited a porn website for more than 7 months. I don't even play with myself on a weekly basis. I put my flesh in subjection. I have discipline. So I'm not like a beast
if I feel hungry, I eat. A lot of people live the dog life, I call it, like a brute beast. A lot of people live like animals. Where it's like, did you ever see a lot of people live like they feel hungry to eat something. They feel horny, they hump something. See, a dog is like they feel horny, that's how man lives. A lot of guys like, they start feeling so when they go and watch a porn video and play with themselves. It's like a dog feels horny, hump something. A dog feels hungry, goes into the kitchen. If there's food available in his environment in the bowl, he will eat it. Did you ever see a dog sit down and look at the clock? I'm doing omelette fast today. I feel hungry, but I'm gonna say no to the hunger. I feel like I'm not gonna engage in food-seeking behavior. It's like I'm holding myself back. No, I feel just a reptile level instinct, or acting on instinct. See, is you just feel hungry, go eat. You never see a dog go like, I'm going to omelette fast, and he just sits looking at the clock. It's like he knows a pattern every day, 1800 hours. You can see that in his ball life, he's like hungry. Okay. And then he goes, hits 1800 hours, he goes and eats something or something like this. Did you ever see a dog that's like, he feels horny and starts humping stuff, and he goes, he's like, no, I can stop doing this, I'm being weird or something like this. No. Okay. So, like, pretty beast. Push him. Porn addicts. They need to play with themselves at least once a week. And it's not that I was born with some superpower gene, or God gave me some spiritual gift of being able to say no to sinful desires and exercise control and put my flesh in subjection. Okay? It's like possibly I've been worse actually than